If love and Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Oh,
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not right.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look you.
They don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Stairs in the stars with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof of my life, better more than no proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You don't know what is a star? Like under the city, the driver's side floor. Wish I could large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, and cute as can be. You can watch it on YouTube and view it for free. Ay. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time wondering what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Morning, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on a brisk day down here in South Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Watch out for fallen iguanas, everybody, and watch out for Marcos, who looks like Art Basel threw up all over him.
Art
Basel. Like, what are you doing, dude? You look like a Monet paint pad.
Nah, he looked like the old, back in the day, the 90s, cross colors. Remember that?
You guys are an artsman. I knew you wouldn't respect it. You don't get it.
No, I'm an artsman, dude, and I'm telling you right now, you look like every color of poison dart frog.
No. You don't get it. This is a performance piece.
Oh man, I haven't seen it yet. Has there been any new performance pieces? We need to get an update on Art Basel.
Oh yeah, I saw a couple. I
Fig.
saw someone was getting paint poured on them.
I saw some art last night. It was by the artist Robinson and Robinson.
Oh,
Pretty
good.
Duncan Robinson, huh? Facilitator, gets everybody involved. He was him and Orlando Robinson, the Robinson connection, putting the Raptors away last night, sinking them.
Yeah.
Needed.
I was getting a little worried because they got off to such a fast start, and I'm like, oh boy.
Oh, I'm so used to that. Anytime that he get up to a 15-point lead, I'm like, it'll be a 5-point game at some point.
At some point,
at some point,
the Raptors had the lead.
Yeah, it was going to be. It was,
and they've like they come out strong in the third quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Now third quarter has moved up one quarter when they struggle.
Yeah, they did a much better. The only quarter that really they struggled in was that second quarter.
That's when they got back into it. Yeah.
Raptors are a weird ass team. Like Raptors, I don't understand why they haven't nuked it. Because it just feels like they have a lot of pieces everybody would love, get a ton of draft picks,
but they don't work well together.
They're not going anywhere.
They're all built. They all have a game like Siakam, and they all do the same things.
Yeah, it's strange. It's a weird team. They're always a pain in the butt to play. But last night it was basically Caleb Martin in the first half. He was amazing.
Oh my goodness.
He was absolutely killing it, rounded into form. Kyle Lowry was not.
What are we doing out here, dude? Like, what are we doing out here?
How is it possible that Bam Adebayo's out the last 2 games? Kyle Lowry's taken 8 shots over 2 games.
Why does he do that?
8 shots?
Because well here, because Caleb was cooking.
Dude, he didn't even look. He doesn't even look.
Right, but
doesn't even look at the rim.
That's point guard mentality.
Is it?
Yeah.
Or is it low? Because it's not like he was cooking up the assists yesterday either.
Yeah, I really wish I could know. He can just send out a tweet, "Hey, I'm taking today off." If you could just do that, that's totally fine.
I was firmly confident in the old love 3 days off, but apparently he needed more time off. He was just enjoying Toronto a little bit. But I feel bad. My buddy was excited because the guy who tapped out with, he goes, "What do you think about Robinson assists tonight?" I'm like, stats up for grabs tonight, dude. And Robinson finished with a career high in assists last night. He flirted with a triple-double. Duncan Robinson flirted with a triple-double.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Is 21, 6, and 7 flirting with a triple-double?
No.
It's rounding up. If I
round
up.
You got to have one of those numbers in double digits and another one at like 7 or 8. That's flirting with a triple-double. Not if 2 numbers, you need 3.
If Duncan Robinson has 21, 6, and 7, I feel like that's Duncan Robinson flirtation
That's
with a
not
triple
flirting
double.
with a dunk. That's not flirting with a triple double.
I think that's flirting with the triple double for Duncan Robinson.
No, it's not.
Duncan Robinson at least has a triple double.
I don't
right
give
on
a
him.
rat's ass who it is.
No,
Flirting with a triple double mean you're closer to 10.
I think Duncan Robinson flirted with the triple double last night.
Maybe it's not flirting. Maybe it's just shooting your shot.
Put it this
just
way.
sliding in the
Wait,
DM.
wait. Let's put it this way. He was closer to a triple single than he was to a triple.
Oh. That's not true, dude.
Oh.
What? So let's do it backwards. 6, 7, and 21. He flirted with it. He flirted with a triple single.
He probably would have been closer to a triple double if he would have realized Kyle Lowry was taking the night off.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like I get it. He touched them all. He had an imprint in all the box scores and stuff like that, but he wasn't close to a triple double. He had to get four more rebounds and 3 more assists.
No,
That's not close.
I didn't say he was close to a triple. I said he was flirting with the triple double.
That's not flirting unless you do that. Wait, unless you do that in the first half.
You don't think Duncan Robinson, he was at the bar, he was sitting with his girl points, he had a comfortable lead, and then he goes, oh, look over there, assists. And, he just like, hey, bartender, send her a couple over there. He just was thinking about it, but he wasn't ready to make his move quite yet. He was flirting with the triple double. What does he have to? Does one of them have to be 8? Or if he was 21, 8 and 8?
No, flirting with a triple double means you got a double double, and that last stat you're trying to fill. That's flirting with a triple double.
I think flirting with
You can't have 2 of the 3.
If 2 singles are like if it's an 8-8, or is it if you're 21, 9 and 7, that's not flirting with a triple double.
Oh, we're getting close now. Now
we're getting closer. Yeah. We're getting closer. I think it needs to be 9 and 8. If you're not gonna get a double double, it's got to be a lot closer than 6 and 7. Mm-hmm. The hell's wrong with you?
At first, he just said
Jimmy averages that.
It's a career high.
But Jimmy averages that.
That's Jimmy Butler, though. This is different.
So
Jimmy Butler's out.
Jimmy had those numbers. That's not flirting with a triple double.
Jimmy Butler's out here pulling Shakira. I don't know what Duncan Robinson's doing. I just know that I think that's the Duncan Robinson flirt with the triple double.
Come on, don't hate on this game. You don't know what kind of game he got. I can imagine, but that's it.
I don't know. I mean, I think now Dunk's he looks like he's got a swagger to him.
Yeah. I don't know what happened this offseason. I think you scarred him. With all the little sweeteners and fat cat dunks and all that.
I don't think that's fair.
You hardened his heart.
I don't think
you hardened that man's heart.
I didn't harden his heart. That's not fair. His heart.
Yeah,
why? Oh, well, why? Okay, so let me get this straight. I, not Spo, who was rats off a ship on him, and Jimmy Butler, who was tired of playing with him. I am the person who hardened his heart. Me, be the wacky parody song guy who was in his corner before anybody else was.
Oh, listen. You know what you can't use as an excuse? You can't use I was in his corner before you trashed him. You did the same thing with Low Dog. Then all of a sudden, that's my guy. No, you can't do that.
That would be doing that in reverse.
Right. I know, but I'm just saying. You can't do that.
Yeah, especially when you said stuff like this. I like it.
You got Dunks. You got Strus. All these guys are under 30.
Haywood.
Do we have Dunks?
Oh.
Oh, goodness. You guys don't. Because he missed a couple of shots.
Well,
Dude,
I don't know.
He is in his head. Game 1 of the preseason. First of all, he's doing a thing. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Wait, this
I
was
watched
this year.
maybe more than any Heat player. Okay, he's just in that window the time I get there. Now all of a sudden he's practicing runners. And I'm like,
he's just trying to get a bigger bag.
I understand, but I don't want that to be his bag. I want his bag to be greatest shooter on the planet.
I still stand.
And now yesterday he's like trying to put it on the board, put it on the wood, try and go and make some moves happen. No, hit some bombs. He looks a little bulkier. Dude, those threes weren't. He had one three that like bounced in and out, but he had some that weren't even close.
You didn't want him to develop, dude.
Yeah.
You didn't want him to turn into
that's the worst. That's the guy. I've been in this corner the whole time.
I have
Listen,
been in this corner.
Let me tell you something. If that's how you get somebody corner, I do not want you in my corner. Because I'm about to get knocked out.
No, Mickey didn't always say, Rocky, you're the best. Sometimes he said you're training like a damn bum. Like you had to.
Training. He said that during the fight.
Well, I was talking about his pregame ritual.
He's getting ready for the basketball game. He's doing everything.
No, that was the first time I had seen it.
Oh my goodness. Now you happy he developed that?
I'm very impressed.
Oh my goodness. So you trashed him before you knew how it was going to play into the game, right? You trashed him. There was a preemptive strike that you put on Dunk. Preemptive strike that you put on Dunk before you even knew the whole story. And now all of a sudden you're like, ooh, Dunk went in the bag. He flirted with a triple-double. He wasn't flirting, but he was
flirting with a triple-double.
Listen. Dunks came into the development of triple-double, but he ain't at the right house. Okay? No.
You think
maybe the same city?
You're saying Duncan Robinson got catfished by a triple-double? Oh, man. Let's give you some headlines quickly from the Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy a truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
It was a 3-for-3 last night. He beat the Raptors 112-103. Panthers hold off the Stars. They went 5-4. That was a high score in a fair.
Whoa! In the third quarter it was 3-2, and I thought I'm like, oh, they got this because they were just dominating, and I didn't know it ended up 5-4.
5-4, dude. Miami Hurricanes made easy work of the Long Island University Sharks.
The Long Island Sharks, huh?
Yep. Right. And then finally, get to this on the other side. The Dolphins have signed Austin Jackson to a 3-year extension.
Let's hear it. There's another guy.
$36 million, $20.7 million in guaranteed money. We will get to this on the other side. Back after this.
WQ.
All my friends. I don't know why I know this song.
I don't think you do know the song. I don't think those are the words.
I'm close enough.
I think you just like said some intangible words, and that was it.
Oh, that was it, dude. That was it.
Oh man,
Hey,
welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy.
21st.
Surgery.
Yeah.
Mhm. So does that mean you can potentially go to a championship game?
What do you mean?
The
If,
Michigan.
Michigan goes to the championship.
I got tickets,
Oh,
but I'm not good with the crowd thing.
Wouldn't you? Yeah, but you told us you get in the old VIP box, man.
I don't know.
Sweet.
I don't know if that's happening yet.
What?
Yeah.
Who do I need to call? Who do I need to call, dude?
yeah.
Not gonna
It ain't a matter. It ain't a matter. Like, believe it or not, right? I'll go to a couple of games and I'll tailgate. Not like, for me, that's the experience right there. Because I never tailgated. So when I go to a game, I'm tailgating. Don't just bring me to a damn game. I like to tailgate, get the atmosphere, the whole thing. Because I've never got to enjoy that.
Right.
In sports ever. So, but I would rather I have a better time enjoying the game, watching it in front of a TV with some snacks, right? I enjoyed watching the game like
You're
that.
a big snack time guy.
I'm a big snack time guy. Wait.
I'm a big snack time guy.
First of all, Munchies, you can't say that to nobody.
I'm not trying. Why?
Why?
Takes one to know one, dude.
Oh, okay. Because last time I checked, every time I was chewing when we was together, your ass was chewing too.
Bet your ass.
In fact, you would go down in history as the only guy to finish a meal, walk out the restaurant, and say what you're gonna order the next time.
I was very excited in Vegas. There's a lot of places to eat in Vegas.
But it's not, and guess what? It's not even there anymore.
I know it's a Wahlburgers.
Yeah.
They got. I don't even remember what the original place was called, but
No.
it was when we walked up. I was like, oh,
It was like a
no.
hamburger joint, but very expensive.
Yeah, it was.
Like,
it was.
I think
really
we had a drink, some fries, and we split
some poppers.
We split some poppers, Hundy, 2
Crazy.
cheeseburgers.
Crazy. But now it's a Wahlburgers. Man who's gonna be able to afford as many burgers as he wants now. Austin Jackson, Dolphins right tackle. It was reported this morning by Ian Rappaport that he has signed a 3-year extension with the Miami Dolphins. That is worth $36 million, could be worth up to 39, and 20.7 of that is guaranteed money. So the first round pick, they waived his fifth year option before the season.
Right.
And
Think about this. So if they pick up his 5th year, he would have probably made
I think it was 14.
14 million, right?
Yep.
So you sign a 3-year 36 million?
Yep.
You actually save money.
Yeah.
In the cap.
Yep.
Right? So it's a smart move. Funny thing about development, I can recall a year ago, you didn't want him on the field.
Well, he wasn't on the field last year. He was hurt.
No. Okay, but so he has been one of those pleasant surprises along with your boy.
Eichenberg,
Yes.
I've ripped. I didn't really rip Austin Jackson that much because he was hurt last year. But
right. Eichenberg
part
got
of
ripped.
Part of the reason that Austin Jackson got kicked over to the other side was because he was supposed to be left tackle. That didn't work out. And they had to sign Teron Armstead to a boatload of money. They tried him at a couple positions. They moved him to right tackle. He gets hurt last year. Doesn't get his option picked up before the season. But he's the only guy who's played every game on the offensive line this year. He's been as durable as can be. His blocking metrics are, I know that these are made up stats that you hate, but like all those ratings and all that, he's among the league leaders. He's kicked ass. He's done a great job and he's earned it. And I think it's a great sign for the Dolphins who, are going to eventually, when you have a successful team, you're going to have to pay these young dudes. And so it's a smart, we talked a little bit about this, are they going to
get them early?
Get them early on anybody?
Well, the cool thing about what we're witnessing, right? And I think people should really appreciate this. If you think about all of the players that they brought in, right? A majority of them are working out. And you have a lot of young talent mixed with your veterans on the cheap. You got a lot of the young talent on the cheap, and this is the window to win. Right?
Yep.
Now, it's about to hit the fan.
For sure.
Because you got Javon Holland, Jalen Phillips, Tua, Waddle. Like, so
Wilkins still.
Wilkins. I mean, because Wilkins is going to be the highest paid underneath Tua. And then Javon Holland. Right? Yeah. So when we thinking about this, it is more important for them to have a good showing while they're young, because it's going to be a situation where you got to make some decisions.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. You're going to be in that spot where you're going to have to make those decisions. And, if you could get anybody, and it's good on Austin Jackson too, because a guy who has had some injuries, like, you've guaranteed yourself at least, essentially, because he didn't get the option, but you've essentially guaranteed yourself an extra $7 million.
Right. Right.
So,
and keep in mind,
it'll be 27, 28, because he's super young. That's the other thing. He came into the league at 21.
The other thing is that when you think about starting linemen and how, eventually I think he will be the left tackle. One of the things I like about this offensive line, this group of guys, is they've been able to move them around and still be productive.
Yeah, he's the only guy who's showed up every day for his position. After a year where he couldn't stay on the field, now he's the only everything pencil at right tackle. He's good to go.
Right.
Everybody else, it's like you've had to, and that's the part of the thing that you got to give credit to Eichenberg is, like, they played Eichenberg at 3 different spots, and that's you
always listen. Every team I've played for, you've had that one or two offensive linemen that could play the 3 interior positions. So that anytime, and even during practice, you move them around. So even when that happens, you already have a go-to. Okay, Eichenberg, you go to center, you go over here. This is your position. You already have a plan for a contingency plan for if one of these guys gets hurt. But usually, and you'll see it a lot, they'll draft a center that ends up playing guard, right? But when things go, hey, didn't you play center? All right, move over. So I like the way it's all coming together. But more importantly, think about this. The same guys we had problems with, those are the guys that have developed.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, do we have, like, who gets credit for that? Like, I appreciate the fact that I don't think fans understand that you don't come into the league ready to go. I mean, even like the best of the best wide receivers or whatever, because here's what they do. When you come into the league, for example, when Randy Moss got into the league, he was a 9-route guy. He didn't run nothing but go routes. So they're like, oh, look at the way he picked it up. He ran 2 routes. As he developed,
it was good.
Then he started running the crossing routes, the other stuff, changing him and Chris, a better understanding of the offense. Then they moved him around a little bit more. That's how it works. But he had the talent to go out there and do 9 routes and just destroy people.
A couple of things I want to get to here on the chat. Rome 777 says Wilkins needs to be signed ASAP because at the end of the season he will get a lot more money. I think the damage is done there.
He ain't signing now.
Nah, he ain't signing.
He ain't signing now.
The price keeps going up.
That ship has failed, and that ship is gone. But here's the other thing: if he gets double-digit sacks, oh my goodness, you ain't gonna be able to say nothing. Because one of the things everybody was complaining about, dude had 100+ tackles, but his sack numbers weren't. Right? A tackle for loss is just a sack on another person. That's it.
I don't know how you can let that guy go, though, man.
You messed up. You messed up to save what, $3 or $4 million?
Yeah, I don't know how they could afford that. He's so damn good.
And when you see him 15, 20 yards down the field running, that ain't normal, folks. That's not normal for your nose tackle.
Just go look at his best
to
friend.
be running, right, to be running down the field like that, or waddling in the end zone every time somebody score. He's the first one out there. Nobody at that position has had that type of energy. The only other guy that I told you, and we fought all the time, John Randall. And that dude's in the Hall of Fame.
Slap Zaddy is also chiming in. It's good to hear from Slap Zaddy. We were talking about Power Slap yesterday. He has sauces apparently in the slap world. And it said, got word that it is almost official. Shaq and Charles Barkley February Power Slap. Just getting all the T's crossed and I's dotted. So how about that?
Goosies. Hey, somebody gonna get dotted, all right.
Slap Zaddy needs to turn into Slap Schefter.
Yeah.
Of the slap world.
I mean, how big is that community?
I don't know. It's not very big. That's why I take it down. Listen, this guy is an official slap aficionado. Like,
I'm getting at the ground level.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. We'll take a quick break here on the show. Back with more after this.
Full boat of games in South Florida last night. We're talking about them all. Meet
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy, 560 WQAM, streaming live on YouTube and Twitch, Miami 560 WQAM. You guys can get at us there. We have another pair of tickets to give away to Miami City Ballet's production of The Nutcracker. So be listening for that. Chance to win. We'll give that away before the end of today's show. NFL, of course, resumes tonight. If you want to call it that, the Patriots are taking on the Steelers.
Are we doing our picks today?
I mean, if you want to include that game, I mean, we can if you want to. Does anybody want to pick that game? Does anybody want to pick that game? It's up to you. We could do it tomorrow. I don't think we need that game. I don't think we.
No, we don't. This bye week's over.
Yeah, I think we should pass. Let's just wait till tomorrow.
No, one more. There's one more bye week, right?
There's 2 teams out, so there's 30 games. So
JFig doesn't work tomorrow. We got to do it today.
Oh, okay. Then all right. That's his answer. We will do our picks then. Thank you for letting us know, Jennifer. I forgot. Yeah. Isn't she going to? She's going to Tennessee? Are you going to Gatlinburg, JFig? Gonna get some moonshine.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome here to the moonshine place.
The moonshine place.
I love that. What is that? The Smoky Mountain. Oh, that place is good. Woo, good.
Still never been, but every time you come back, you always tell great stories of the moonshine.
It's a fun time because you can just walk around town. They do moonshine and then they do ale or wine. There's a bunch of places you can just do tastings for like $5.
Nice.
Thank you, Schmeathan, who says Tobin goes to Fatlinburg. He's good though. So last night in the NBA, couple things of note. First of all, Luka. Yeah. Well, we'll get to that in just a second. First of all, the Grizzlies, they beat the Pistons. Pistons have lost 18 in a row. 18 in a row.
That's hard to do.
That's incredible.
I can break the streak though.
Desmond Bain had I believe Desmond Bain, I think he had 49 points in this game, which is great. But 18 losses in a row. Holy crap. But as you were mentioning, Leroy, Luka, he also flirted with the triple-double. And by flirted, I mean he actually had one. 40 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists for Luka yesterday. The Mavericks beat the Jazz 147-97. The scoring's a little crazy. Like, I know scoring has been going up. Scoring has been bananas this year, yeah? Because I feel like I'm
it's really high.
I'm seeing a lot of 140s, it feels like.
Usually I would say the teams that lead the league in defense are right around 100, right? And I think the second or third team is at like 109.
That's crazy, dude.
Right.
Yeah, that's a wild thing because they're right. Like it feels like the Pistons. Let's see, the Pacers last year, Pacers this year are leading the league 128 a game. Last year, what led the league? Last year, 120 led the league last year. 120.7. That was the Kings.
Right.
And that would be 4th this year.
And what about defense? Because I think that's the more telling thing.
Let's see. Opponent points per game. 105 leads the league.
The Knicks.
No, the Timberwolves. The Knicks are 107. They're close.
Oh, because remember they just gave up 144.
Yeah. So crazy. The Heat were second last year at 109. But still, I mean,
there's only everybody else is in 110 plus, right? There's only 2 in the 10s.
No, there's more now. It's 5, but look, scoring is crazy. It is at a
3-point shot, or I think there's a lot of teams that to try to avoid playing half court offense. If the other team has good defense, they pick up the pace and they run. There's a lot of teams running, including the Heat. That's what they want to do. They want to pick up the pace.
Because I'm watching some of these Heat games. I'm like, it's a pretty good offensive game for the Heat. 120. Because the number they always was magic last year for them was 110. That was the number for them last year.
Right.
That if they could be at 110, their record was really, really good. And it feels like you can't hold a candle now if you're not.
You'd be the worst scoring team in the league.
Right now. It's right now, well, the worst scoring team in the league right now. Let's see.
San Antonio.
Here we go. Worst scoring team in the league is the Trailblazers at 105 a game.
Oof.
Wow. All right.
Oof.
With what's his name?
With a Scoot.
Scoot.
Yeah. Scoot's not off to a great start.
Of course not, because they all love Dame. You can't be the guy to replace the guy.
You deserve that, Joe Cronin. Nothing against you, Scoot. But anyway, I want to get to this. Some great post-game sound from Jazz and Mavericks. First, let's go to Luka. Luka asked on the court, new father, Luka Doncic. He was being asked about his 40-point triple-double by Bally Southwest, and Luka got a little loose.
It's pretty important to come out here and get this win and get it in 50-point. That's resounding fashion.
Yeah, the point I said before the game, we just can't around and we just love it.
You haven't been getting sleep.
Hey, my favorite is when you say "oh crap" after the cuss word and you follow it up with a double barrel cuss word,
Been there,
right?
dude.
Like,
Been there.
I mean, oh yeah.
He goes, I told us not to bleep around. Oh, bleep. Oh. But the guy's just like, it's okay, Luka. You can do what you want. You're Luka.
You're Luka.
You're Luka. What are you gonna do? You're gonna get mad?
Is that like, I mean, between him and Joker, right? The slowest moving dominant scorers in the league, right?
Pretty much.
They do not do it with quickness. It's methodical, right? And like, yeah.
And then we have to go to the other locker room, which of course was Will Hardy, baby coach. Baby intangibles. Yeah, he's the Jazz head coach. Intangibles.
Oh.
So his team lost by 50, and this is what his description of that was. Here is the Jazz head coach.
That was an absolutely horrendous performance from start to finish. That was a masterpiece of dog shit. I really don't know how to describe that game.
I think you did it just fine.
Hey, mission accomplished. Hey, I'm getting the visual. That's what it was.
I feel like the masterpiece of dog.
The only thing that was missing is usually when people really want to exaggerate dog poop, steaming.
Right.
Right.
But a masterpiece, it feels like it feels like Will Hardy wants to enter it at Art Basel. What is this, Will Hardy? This was our 50-point loss to the Mavericks. A masterpiece of dog bleep. Guy goes, and then some guy in the back goes, $500,000. Can we hear Will Hardy one more time? Just disgusting.
That was an absolutely horrendous performance from start to finish. That was a masterpiece of dog shit. I really don't know how to describe that game.
Nailed it.
He did a good job.
Nailed it. What do you mean you don't know how to describe it?
He did a good job.
Sometimes
what do you tell your players?
What do you tell your players?
Hopefully that.
I don't even think you speak to them. I think you just go and be like,
get on the plane. Let's go.
It's like you walk in there and it's like, all right, boys, you hand Lori Marketed and be like, hey, coach, why the art beret? He goes, oh, congratulations. You sculpted a masterpiece of dog bleep. Lori.
Wow.
Jesus.
But did anybody think Utah was going to be any good?
They were frisky last year. They were frisky. I didn't think anybody thinks that they're going to be serious, but I mean, you get thumped by 50. Dude.
Here's the deal. In football, we said that about Houston. Then they start piling up wins.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So there's a difference in being frisky and it's going somewhere, and you just being frisky and just being a close loser all the time.
Our boy Omer Yurtseven played yesterday, 21 minutes. 8 points,
he's
9 rebounds. He's in Utah now. He's been starting for him.
Okay.
He's been starting for him.
Oh, that might help.
Which I found a little surprising because everybody was all the rage about Walker Kessler last year. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I've been staying up for Jazz games. I mean, look, their own coach is calling them a masterpiece of dog bleep.
Yes. Wow. I mean, there is no other way of explaining that 50-point. Like, holy smokes! Like it was never.
Your boy John. Did you know your
They,
boy John
they could
Collins
have
is
just
on the?
not. They could have just not scored in the fourth
Yes.
quarter at all and still won that game.
Did you know your boy John Collins was on the Jazz?
What?
Yeah, he's on the
Man,
Jazz now.
I've been wanting him for a couple of years. Now he got that Utah stink on him. Now it's over.
Coach, what can you say about that game? Oh, I don't really know how I could even describe it, Ralph, except it was a masterpiece of dog bleep. Oh, very good. No, we're good. I would just wrap it up after. I don't know if there were any follow-up questions to that.
How do you follow that up?
I would just be like, I don't know even how to describe it. Are we good here? Are we good? Are we good? Anybody else have any questions? Coach, what can you say about
somebody gonna say, what do you think you need to improve on? Right? Somebody gonna ask that question.
Oh, of course.
Right. Because they feel like they have. Listen, I learned a long time ago. Everybody don't have to ask a question. Right? Sometimes the tone of the room has been set, and the only thing you can do is make it worse by asking a question. And that's usually what happens, right? When the tenor in the room is bad because of a situation or a circumstance, it's usually that last guy that tries to ask a question. It really don't have nothing to do with what's going on, and then he gets just attacked. Don't do it. Let it go. Okay, coach. Thank you.
Schmieden Schmolnick, of course, chimes in. He goes, "Masterpiece of dog bleep should be the name of this show."
Point for Twitcher.
And see you tomorrow, Smeathan.
Dr. Toboggan says, excellent use of the term dog bleep. Agreed.
Yeah, but that's the only other thing. He said masterpiece. Now, I mean, I've never gone outside and say, Zeus, that's some good work right there, buddy. Right? But usually when we explain to something being just worse than actual dog poop, we say steaming, right? Steaming hot.
Yeah. This is probably worse, though.
Oh, yeah. When he said masterpiece, like he said, Zeus, that is a work of art, my man.
A masterpiece of dog bleep is kind of like if you have your dog and it just leaves a real beauty, but it's on your neighbor's lawn and you get away with it without picking it up. That's a masterpiece.
Dude, can I just say something? I don't like being that close to my own poop. I'm not picking up dog poop. It's biodegradable. Just rinse it off with your hose. No. Why do people like
you're telling me you've left Zeus turds on other people's property?
No, I'm not saying that. I tell him to poop in the little strip in between the walkway and the street. That's community property.
Neutral zone infraction.
Yeah. But the problem is that Zeus wants to mark his territory all over the neighborhood. So you can't trust him. Because he always like everywhere. I'm like, yo, you just went.
Oh, man. Can I hear it one more time? I got to hear this guy again.
That was an absolutely horrendous performance from start to finish. That was a masterpiece of dog shit. I really don't know how to describe that game.
I mean, good job,
man. Well, the good thing is the marketing team now has something to run with for the rest of the season. The Utah Jazz, a masterpiece of dog bleep.
You think they're gonna put that on shirts, dude? You think that's something that they?
Oh yeah, I think D Wade will be wearing one on Instagram soon. Just be like, guys,
isn't it amazing?
Jazz Nation, get your new shirts.
Isn't it amazing that the winning team player cursed the most?
Oh man. Well, he apologized. He didn't mean, once he let one loose, he was like,
you can't apologize with another curse word.
Just Luka, though. When you're Slovenian, you're so adorable. It doesn't matter. You can't get mad at him.
I went down a wormhole I was like, would Art Basel go that far? Would they go that far? They went that far, dude. They definitely went that far. These aren't real. They're just sculptures. But someone was like, yeah, this is a good idea. Let's make an entire art exhibit that looks like poop. So Will Hardy, you may be onto
something. Like somebody pinched it off at the end.
Yeah, he can honestly. If he thinks that and brings it to Art Basel this weekend,
at least did like some horse like just the big balls. Boop, boop. No.
That what I showed you is $375,000.
Of course, yeah. And who owns that? Bezos.
I don't know. It's something European. It says it's supposed to say that contemporary art is not poop.
Take a quick break. Back
But
after
look,
this.
you could call it what you want if you charge it $375,000.
Fair point.
Previously on
Tobin.
And there was two of them. One was living in my grill because at one time I put on the igniter, ran out with his little rat ass
did it
on
scare
fire.
you?
What?
Game day.
4.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of
Two of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Ow! Tobin and Leroy here with you. Miami Dolphins getting back at it today on the practice fields. They have a Monday Night Football showdown.
I wonder if they got an extra day.
With the Tennessee Titans. I think they've shifted everything. So
Yeah, they move in one day. So do you get an extra day off?
I think they were off Monday, back Tuesday, then they were off yesterday, and then I think they're back today.
Okay.
They shifted everything like that.
You know what that's called?
Hmm?
The old coaching breakup, right? They break up the day so nobody don't do nothing stupid.
Oh, savvy move by Coach Mike.
So if you have like 5 days off, like if you play on a Thursday,
Mhm.
and they'll say, okay, Thursday we get back late. They go, we'll watch the film on Friday, and you get the weekend off. We'll come in light work on Monday. You get Tuesday off, and then back to a regular week.
Can I tell you something that was outrageous today? You know, I've been trying to do what you've said, Leroy. Stop doing the petty watching so much. I'm a changed man, you know?
No, you're not. You're
Changed
getting ready to tell a petty story.
No, I'm not. But I saw something outrageous today on Jet Up. This Greeny, he really thinks he's something, okay? You want to know what lane he's carved out for himself now? Jets fan, by the way. Hilarious.
Yeah.
This guy has the audacity to come out here and say that nobody in football is getting more heat, more undeserved heat than Josh Allen.
Oh yeah, I watched
like,
that. I watched that,
and
Are
I was
you
like,
kidding me?
I was sitting here, I was making some toast, and I just went, excuse me, what did I just hear?
Right.
This guy has the audacity to get on that platform, and he thinks Josh Allen is being disrespected.
Right.
The guy who got his offensive coordinator fired for a special teams mistake because nobody could ever go after poor baby Josh Allen. You know, God's gift to football that has his team at a mere 6-6 on the season because he can't take care of the damn football. But this is amazing. We're actually going to sit here and say this guy who has been treated like Joe Mother Bleep in Montana over the last 3 seasons, like he's walking around with Tom Brady jewelry. This guy has the audacity to say that's the most scrutinized player in football. Really?
Here's the problem.
Really?
Here's the problem. And I get why people say that, because one of the most overrated stats is interceptions at times, right? Because they happen in a number of various ways. And you have to kind of pick them apart to understand, is it your quarterback making bad decisions or is he getting unlucky? That being said, you know, we once had a guy in the league who was exactly like that, a gunslinger, and we took the good with the bad. But everybody in the league knew, just hang in there, he'll throw you one. And that was Brett Favre, who's in the Hall of Fame. Nobody's saying that Josh Allen can't play. But at what point are you allowed to criticize the turnovers that come at critical moments that cost them to lose the game? Don't give me the reply of, well, if they didn't have Josh Allen, they wouldn't be that close. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. If you're looked upon as one of the elite players in the league and your team has not been up to snuff, sorry if you're going to get a little bit of heat.
You got to take the blame too.
Could you imagine? If the Dolphins were 6-6,
they'd be running Tua out of the damn league. Hell, the guy, I mean, people are insulted you're putting him in the MVP conversation. His team's leading the division by 3 games. And he has the balls to get on his show on that platform and say that Josh Allen is the most scrutinized player in the league. Are you mother bleeping kidding me?
You want to know what's a shame at how two-faced these people are? Because Tua is having an unbelievable year. But what do they say? Tyreek Hill should win MVP, right? Like, they just dismissed the quarterback when they wouldn't do that for any other player.
No, not at all.
So if you want to talk about getting the short end of the stick, you guys haven't given Tua his comeuppance yet.
It was I left there just like jaw on the floor. I'm like, are you like Josh Allen, who has done nothing, been nothing, all right, of significance. They've treated him like he's God's gift to football basically since his first year.
Right.
And it's like now, oh, poor Josh Allen, his team is underperforming. Oh, we're giving him too much criticism. Boo-hoo. Welcome to sports. That's how it works, Greeny.
And you know, like, so you have the people who, like, depending on what team you play for, and here's what you have to understand. Depending on the team that you play for, the turnovers become more important. So it's not that Josh Allen has a bunch of turnovers. It's that his defense is porous, and you're giving the other team more opportunities. So they're more impactful this year than they've been in years past. And I think that's the thing that kind of has to be put, you know, that you have to, like, at least recognize is that, look, a person can only have 1 turnover, but if it's always in the fourth quarter when you're going to win, eventually it's going to wear on you, right? You're going to start thinking you can't win with that guy. And so while Josh Allen's number of turnovers you can get away with because he makes up for it, it's when the turnovers are, right? It's when you, like, if you fumble the ball with 4 minutes left and you're down 3 and you fumble it on your own 20, that's going to hurt.
Yeah. And well, how's this for this? Tua had had 2 turnovers a couple of games ago. It was 60 seconds of bad football. People refused to talk about the rest of his damn game. That's all they talked about was his 2 interceptions.
But
you know, this Josh Allen.
I'm going to say this to you. Okay. You need to go on a petty hiatus because you got sucked back in. You got sucked back in. I let you go. I let you go.
It's enough of him. I'm not going to allow people to do this. I'm not going to allow people to get on television. Like, you know, and that show in particular, the guy's a jackass. Okay. He's given voice to some of the dumbest takes nationally. Like last year when I had to listen to how the Knicks lost to the Miami Heat because of humidity in an indoor sport. I'm tired of this nonsense. And I'm tired of hearing something like, oh, the Bills are more scrutinized. I've never met a fan base nor a team that gets more passes or excuses than the mother bleeping Buffalo Bills. Enough of them already. You guys all thought they were going to be God's gift to football. You penciled them in as a 1 seed. And right now, they're barely above water. They're probably going to get smoked by the Chiefs this week. Stop kissing their ass.
Although you want Buffalo to win.
I don't know. Now I don't think I do.
No, dude. Wait. Hold on. Petty rules 101. When rooting for petty, the petty must benefit your team. Right? If it doesn't benefit your team, you can't root against petty. You can't root against the Bills. You want the Bills to win. You got a 3-game lead over them. So who cares? The heart wants what it wants.
The heart wants what it wants. I like to call these
and Kansas City still got a chance to get the number 1 seed.
You're right.
Because they got a pretty easy schedule. So what you're doing right now and rooting for petty is undermining the big picture of the Miami Dolphins.
I know, but it's so hard to think big picture when I hate them so much.
Swallow your pride.
hate them so much, and I
You
hate
got to
the
do what's
stupid fans
best
jumping through
for
tables.
your team. What is best for your team? It is if Buffalo beats Kansas City.
It is,
Okay. Then
but
that's it.
they
You're
could
not going to like it? I know you're not going to like it.
They could also go to hell, though. I mean, in all seriousness. Anyway, what are we talking about?
You were talking about not being petty while just going on 15 minutes being
I'm a
petty.
changed man.
No, you're not changed. No, you're not. No, you're not. The petty is strong in you. You can't get rid of it. I don't know. I don't know what we could do. I'm gonna call my doctor friend and say, hey, you got a pill my friend could take for petty?
Oh man, getting some more headlines here. Brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy a truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
The Miami Hurricanes win last night over Long Island University. Blowout 97-49. Panthers hold off the Dallas Stars 5-4. Evan Rodriguez, 2 goals, 2 assists for the Cats. Sam Reinhart, 17th goal of the season.
Oh my goodness, he is on fire.
Yep.
It's not a Panthers game if Reinhart doesn't score.
And the Yankees making a splash. They have traded for Juan Soto from the San Diego Padres. So they have a Stanton insurance
By the way, he might hit 50 home runs.
He might. That
short porch.
That short porch, dude. Everybody knows about that New York Yankees short porch.
I don't understand how you build a stadium that big and still
gotta have a short porch.
You gotta
have a short porch.
Is
Only the Marlins don't have a short porch. Marlins, you gotta hit a moon blast to get it out of there.
I mean, holy smokes. The only person that you wouldn't even acknowledge played in a big park was Christian Yelich.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Enough of him already. I did see a story though that Giancarlo Stanton, he's gonna lean out this off season, not so much muscle, so he can get injured less. That's his idea.
I mean, why don't you lift some weights and not supermodels, dummy?
Take a quick break. Back after this.
Full vote.
Study long, study wrong.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. So apparently Manny Diaz is going to be the new head football coach at Duke.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
He is. There's multiple reports this morning saying they are finalizing that. And after a stint as Penn State's defensive coordinator, of course, after his dismissal from the Miami Hurricanes, Manny Diaz is going to land back on his feet after a couple seasons at Penn State and be the head coach of Duke back in the ACC. Interesting for a couple of reasons, because one, we got I believe Duke is visiting here next year, so there will be a revenge game. Hey, Marcus Ball, don't lose.
Yeah. Hey,
don't
without even knowing who's playing for the Canes, you still putting that out there?
Hey, don't lose. Don't you lose to Duke next season, dude.
He's right. He's right. Can't lose.
Don't lose.
I don't hate him as much as I think Canes fans hate him, though.
Manny Diaz?
Yeah, he's provided me, because I was, like 7 or 8 when Clinton Portis and Sean Taylor and all these people were running around. Manny Diaz has provided me the only Canes moment I've had in the last 20 years, maybe. And that's the whole turnover chain experience.
How did you miss that? Do you think that he's going to have the Duke? Is he going to steal the turnover chain for Duke?
Wow.
And be like, that's my thing.
Damn.
And it's just it's
what are they gonna wear?
A turnover chain. He's gonna bring it back and steal it for Duke.
Well, who's gonna buy it?
I don't know.
JJ
Redick.
That's good game ops.
JJ Redick or Coach K.
Jeez.
Christian Laettner, wherever he is.
Yeah. Shane Battier.
Yeah, perfect.
Jason Tatum.
He did go to Duke, didn't he?
Oh, Daniel Jones. Hey, Danny Dimes.
Oh.
You ring up Danny Dimes. He can afford it.
Yeah, because he ain't playing football.
Yeah. But I'm serious. Don't lose.
Yeah.
Could you imagine being the Giants? You got 3 more years of $40 million.
Hard times. Yeah, it's tough. By the way, the Dolphins have officially announced the signing of the extension of Austin Jackson. Put a little photo out of him signing his deal this morning. So good for Austin Jackson getting his money. But yeah, what do you got there? Some funky Buddha?
I do. I have 3 bottles. One of them for J Fig. One of them for
they send a bottle every time somebody loses. There's no more undefeated.
Saison.
Nice.
So this has your name on it, gentlemen. I'll be holding it here so we can celebrate Austin Jackson together. I know how much we really wanted this.
Yeah, listen, it's a good thing for him, but Manny Diaz getting back on his feet also interesting because he's got to go face his ass every time.
Oh my goodness.
Now he's still kicking the Canes ass, to be fair, but I'm just saying, like, he particularly had a love of whooping up on Manny Diaz. So back in the ACC, old Manny. How about that? That's a weird one. That's a weird one. By the way, have you seen, Leroy? Did you see this? That a lot of conspiracies are flying around the Orange Bowl right now because there was supposed to be a press conference today with Mike Norvell and Kirby Smart.
They didn't go.
Canceled.
Because they're probably both pissed.
Well, yeah, they did, I guess, a Zoom together, and they looked miserable. Both of them just looked miserable to be there. They didn't want to talk about this. Obviously, they're both upset at where they're at right now. They got to be in this bridesmaid bowl that they're in. And now but there are some rumors swirling. I can't imagine this happening, that Florida State is actually going to show up for the game week, but not take the field for the game. Which I'm all for chaos. I would love to see it. I mean, that would be absolutely bananas if that actually happened. I can't imagine them doing that. You?
That'd be pretty cool, though.
Hey, I tell you what, that would have to have some approval from a lot of places. But if I'm the ACC, I wouldn't be against it.
Just to show them up?
Just hey man, we're a Power 5 conference too. Right? We, signed it for all this, because we thought we were getting a piece of the pie. And now you're telling us we ain't good enough to be privy to your, so no.
It is a tough thing because that Orange Bowl, like that whole committee, they do a lot of work all year. It's a big event for them. It's a cool bowl. Obviously, it's got some history behind it. But
and you know what? It's unfortunate, but this really has nothing to do with the Orange Bowl.
It has nothing to do with them. It could be
and so I wouldn't be too upset. Although
it could be the pecan pie bowl, whatever.
You want to talk about making a stink? Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Now
you kind of like the idea.
There's a couple of other things though. And I would think of it this way. If you really want to cause chaos, go 14-0.
So
how ridiculous is that going to look for the NCAA? Right? That a team you thought didn't have a chance.
If they beat Georgia?
And they beat Georgia and go 14-0.
They're not going to beat Georgia.
I know, but then
they're not going to beat Georgia.
Listen, nobody thought TCU was going to beat Michigan.
They're not going to beat Georgia.
You know what I think?
Well, I think the thing here's what I would do is like as as a person who likes theater, what you do is you boycott, but you still claim we're the national champion undefeated, but you never had to face Georgia. Still got that O on your record, but it's like, well, I guess we'll never know.
No, it'll be a forfeit. They'll still give you the one.
Oh, yeah, but like people will know. You never beat us on the field.
No, I think you go out there and you win. And that is a bigger indictment on the committee and the decision that they made.
I don't know.
Wait, because guess what? Georgia could have very easily won the game. Agreed? It wasn't like Alabama didn't dominate them. It was a close game. So Georgia could have very easily won that game. And then that means Florida State's in. Right? So if you beat them, then that kind of throws shade at everything that the committee thought they were doing.
It throws shade, but I'm still with Stunt Steve that where it says the committee still won't care. Like I think it still sends a bigger message. Like it's a more noble way to do it for sure. What you're saying, it's the competitors.
How do you think the committee won't care? You don't think
what are they going to do? Like what's going to be the fallout of it?
Because here's the one thing I hate about all this. In a sport that prides itself on competition, you took competition out of your decision.
Right.
And that's the problem I have with it.
I understand, but we're talking about the damage is done now, right? So they've done it.
But so what? You still can go out there and prove that you should have been there.
But okay, and so what? So I guess the only benefit of that for Florida State.
What's
hear me out on this.
Go ahead.
Florida State, the only thing that you're getting out of that is okay, if we go beat Georgia, from here on out, the ACC won't be left out of these conversations. But I think that's something that they probably say, will that actually make a bigger impact than us not showing up and making them know we're going to not only show you how wrong this is, we're going to take away one of your precious, stupid games away from you too.
But here's the other problem. You can't justify having an opportunity to compete and then not compete. Because the whole preface behind this is, I don't care who we play, we're a team. And we have just as much of a chance as anybody else.
Yeah, but they already told you that didn't matter, right?
So if you beat one of their prize teams, their SEC teams, and go undefeated, how stupid would the NCAA look to have an undefeated team that you didn't even include in the Final Four?
But that's
the bigger statement.
I don't think so. I don't think it is because I feel like that statement's already been made. I feel like you're
No, it
making
hasn't, because you haven't.
No, it definitely has.
Here's why it hasn't been made.
Everybody, most people had out of the public outrage. Most people had FSU's back on it. Like they know they got wronged and hosed in some way.
But here's why it hasn't made a statement, because the whole committee's claim was that you're not good enough with your injuries to beat any of these teams. So if you go out and you beat Georgia, then you throw it in their face and you say competition is an amazing thing. That anytime you put the foot to the ball, we got a chance.
Dude, I got to tell you something. You got to grow up. I got to be honest with you.
You're not a competitor.
You sound like Peter Pan.
You're not.
Doesn't matter though. They've already competed. See, here's the thing. You like, where are your puppets? Where's your sweater, Mr. Rogers? Because like you are sitting here saying, "Oh, you got to show that competition is the true lesson here." They already did it. They already did it. The time for being noble is over. It's time to be bastards. It's time to punish them and hit them where it hurts.
I think you make more of a point, okay? Because the whole thing about sports, you hear this all the time from players. You hear this all the time from organizations. You hear this all the time from everybody involved in sports. And that is this phrase. They thought we didn't have a chance. Nobody believed in us, right? And you go out there and win, and you're 14-0. It makes this whole playoff thing look stupid. That says more to there'll be more people that have to answer questions if Florida State beats Georgia than if Florida State don't play.
When is the press conference? Tell me when the press conference is for the committee. They won't have to answer questions. There's not going to be any repercussions.
They're going to do what the officials do and hurry up and get
see what? No, I'm just saying, like what you're saying, it's nice. Like I get the lesson in what you're saying. It's a nice thing to do. The time for nice is over. They got screwed already. The time for nice is over because let me tell you something. If Michigan goes off and they win the national championship, and good for you guys. I'm still rooting for you guys, even though you cheated. Even though you go and you win your thing, and all people are going to talk about is Michigan being the champions. Florida State's left in the dust. Oh, they won that Orange Bowl. Remember?
You don't think. Hold on. You don't think this story will live on forever of an undefeated team in a Power 5 conference not being in the Final Four,
more than them not showing up,
and then beating the team that was number 1 a week ago?
No, the bigger story is them not showing up.
No.
I
just like, first of all, there'll be a lot of issues if they don't.
Of course, there's going to be a lot of issues. That I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm telling you is what's going to make a bigger headline, a bigger splash is no showing.
What if the NCAA says, you know what, you didn't show, you're banned for the next 4 years of bowls?
Nah, they're not going to do that.
Why not?
They're not going to do that.
Really?
Nah.
Really? You don't think there'll be some type of penalty?
Not that they're going to have the guts to go through. Plus, I think our state reps are already like putting aside money for lawsuits because that's important.
Really?
Yeah.
I got to tell you, man, our legislature, you could be concentrating on something. You could be working on the budget, working on hurricane protection, all these things. And then something like this happens and you just stop what you're doing and look at the pretty bird.
Heat Lifer says, if this was Miami, Tobin would have lost his job over it. Yeah, you're right. But you want to tell something? I think I would have wanted the Canes to not show up if I felt this wronged about it.
But see, if the whole argument that I'm making is you can't tell me that Florida State didn't have a chance, right? If that's the whole argument I'm making, is that the team has proven they can win without a quarterback, and then you don't even play in the game, you're basically telling the committee you were right.
Nah.
Yes, you are. If you don't play in the game.
The way you show me you're right is you show up and you get thumped. Then they were like, you see?
But
Bums.
that's a motivational thing. Let's go out there and prove. How many times have you heard an athlete go out and prove them wrong?
Dude, guess what? This ain't Rudy. It doesn't always work out like that.
It doesn't.
What if they get run over by the dogs?
Okay, and what if they win?
But what if they don't? Counterpoint. They don't?
But here's the deal. If you're a competitor, every time you get in these situations, that's how you feel. That
Leroy,
you can beat them. I know what you think.
Leroy, how many times have we gone to a press conference for a fighter who is 40-1 and he goes, "This is my chance to beat Canelo. Everybody's overlooking me." He competed too.
Okay, and what about when old boy kicked Stylebender on the side of the face?
No,
who will not stop?
Leon Edwards.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Okay, it's not impossible. Is my point. That's what sports is. That's what sports is. You realize who you're talking to. I was Georgia in this scenario.
Nobody banned the Falcons.
And lost.
You probably wish the Falcons would have been banned.
But I'm just like, yeah, man. The whole thing. As much as mad as I am for the committee for basically playing that's a win, that's a loss, and figuring Florida State has no chance, the only way to confirm that is to not show up and not play in the game. That means you're confirming what the committee has said. There's only one way you can prove the committee wrong, and that's to go out and win. That's it. That's it. Otherwise, they have a valid point. While you're sitting here saying I wouldn't show up, you're validating their decision by not doing that.
Not
yes,
validating
you are.
it. No.
Yes, you are.
I'm making them think long and hard about doing. They did the wrong thing. If there's no repercussions for it, which there won't be, even if Florida State goes out there and beats Georgia, the way that there's actually repercussions for it is if Florida State no-shows. We got to take a break. We've gone way too long. Frog Boy, you were fantastic this segment. We'll take a quick break. Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. The holiday season is here, and we have your chance to celebrate it at the Arch Center with a pair of tickets to see the Miami City Ballet's production of the holiday classic, The Nutcracker. Keep listening, and we'll give away a pair of tickets today on the show. If you don't want to wait to win, you can purchase your tickets at MiamiCityBallet.org. A bunch of wins last night in South Florida. Miami Heat take out the Raptors 112-103. Caleb Martin, he had a fantastic first half. The brothers Robinson, Duncan, and Orlando took it home in the second half. Kind of a run-of-the-mill game for Jimmy, not like a game he really took by the Cajones. And
well,
Kyle,
there was other scores early, so he just let them eat.
Yeah, Jimmy had like a nice third quarter, but it wasn't. They didn't need a star performance from him.
Caleb Martin was your boy.
Caleb Martin looked awesome yesterday. He was really, really great. Couple of fight notes, Leroy, I want to mention here. I see our boy Gilbert Burns looks like he's going to be making his triumphant return to the octagon for the Miami card in March. The word is he's going to be fighting Jack Della Maddalena from Australia, who's very, very good. That's a fun fight between both of those guys. Della Maddalena's probably got the ugliest nose I've ever seen. It looks like he got hit in the face with a brick. I mean, it looks it looks like a lightning bolt, dude. That, like, you could, if you told Jack, he's like, what do you do for a living, Jack? Fighter. Of course. Yeah, I could see that. You could see it like literally right on his face. Good fighter, though. So that'll be a fun one coming up in Miami in April. So shout out to our boy Gilbert. Happy that he's getting healthy. And as Batman of the Bayou says, he will fight anybody. He's a madman. He will fight anybody. That is
on very little notice.
Yep. And also Premier Boxing Champions Al Heyman, which recently we learned Showtime Boxing is no more. They are shutting down, I believe, in a couple weeks. And he has moved his television deal over to Amazon Prime.
Wow.
The Amazon Prime is going to be hosting a lot of boxing in the I believe they start March of 2024. So shout out to them. I believe so. I would imagine Canelo's next fight is going to be Amazon pay-per-view.
Amazon Prime.
Wow. Let us know if you want to take us to Vegas, Amazon.
Yep, we're in. I'll be there.
Marcos.
Yes.
Let's mix it up, dude, like your sweater.
Let's do it. All righty then. Let's start at the highest point of yesterday. Hearing from Robinson and Robinson themselves, man. Duncan Robinson praising his fellow Robinson on having his moments yesterday. This is the Miami Heat three-point shooter.
Yeah, I mean, so much goes into it. Behind the scenes, sacrifice, having opportunities, maybe not taking advantage of them the way that you want, having to deal with that, internalize that, keep working, stay at it. And then when it comes back around and you get one, to have a moment like tonight where he steps in and really helps us win and makes a lot of plays down the stretch. I'm just happy for him, man. It's little moments like that can be kind of reference points in a career, young career, that you can call back on, build confidence from, and just keep pushing. So super happy for him, man. He deserves it.
There will never be another Udonis Haslem. He's one of one because of his journey and because this is his city. But with him no longer being in the locker room, Duncan Robinson is, he is the vision of that journey for a lot of those guys. He has to be. Mm-hmm. He has been there. He has been to Sioux Falls. He has been on two-way deals. He has been the unknown guy. And
then he started off at a small college. He is the epitome of staying after it and putting in the work. And I think, you always have 5 or 6 guys on the Heat roster that have taken that path. So you're always going to have guys hungry on that team.
Yep. What else we got, Marcos, in the mix? But what are you moved by that or something?
Yeah, are you guys saying that? Because we're constantly looking at Bam to replace shoes, fill shoes of some sort. I didn't see this. I didn't have Duncan Robinson on my bingo card to replace Udonis Haslem as culture carrier.
There is it's a different thing though. Like there was always a different fraternity for the undrafted guys, right?
Yeah.
Like it's nothing
Right.
against Bam. It's not saying Bam's not heat culture. He is, but Udonis, it's like when he always said there was the big 3 and the little 12 when he was back with LeBron, D Wade, and Bosh. Like I think there is a different journey to the guys who aren't first round picks as opposed to the guys who are undrafted. And Duncan Robinson knows that journey. And it is cool to see him have, that tie to Orlando Robinson, Jamal Cain, all these guys who are still trying to make their path that with Cole Swider.
Keep in mind, a lot of these guys were teammates at Sioux Falls or Summer League, right? So they all have kind of gone through this journey together. Same thing with Dunks, with Gabe and Strus, right? Like they have a different relationship because the work that they have to put in is going to be different than a Bam or a Jimmy, right? You're working, you're working from the ground floor up, trying to make a team, trying to make a contribution. So they will always share like that bond of going through the struggle together.
What else we got, Marcos?
Let's keep those vibes going in the direction of Robinson. Another way to earn your spot on this team is to be disruptive on defense, which is what Orlando is trying to do.
Coach emphasized us keeping the ball out of the paint, being disruptive on the ball, on the pick and roll. And, I just wanted to emphasize that because, we got Bam out. And he's like a great elite defensive player. So I just wanted to mimic that a little bit, try to impact their offense and just like muck everything up and be a force on defense, just like Bam is.
Yeah, listen, it's not easy shoes to fill, but we saw this in Summer League with him because Jovic got hurt in Summer League, Jaquez did, and that was I think Orlando Robinson won the MVP of the Summer League in Vegas. He was he's added a little bit of a 3-point shot to his game as well. So he's definitely impressed. I'm not surprised that he's found his way some minutes. They seem to be done with the Thomas Bryant experiment, which the veteran center that seems to come in here, that's just a cursed spot. Nobody's.
It never works out, right?
Never seems to work out.
There's been guys that give you a couple of minutes.
Yeah. But no, it's not. Orlando Robinson looked great yesterday. He looked smooth yesterday too. I mean, that's some really pretty stuff on the court, and no surprise that him and Duncan had a great rapport with one another yesterday either. What else you got, Marcos?
Do you guys remember when Trevor Lawrence broke his ankle?
Sure do.
Well, he doesn't remember. Apparently, he's feeling better.
I feel a lot better. I feel really, I feel a lot better than I would have thought I'd feel. I'm very fortunate. I'm thankful that it wasn't a worse injury, than what I kind of thought it was on the field.
Well, better be really good if you're going to be running away from Myles Garrett this week, dude. Like, I bet you might want to have that puppy be 100%.
Goodness. Dude, let me tell you something. I've stood next to him.
It's a giant.
Hey, in the words of Marcos, he say you want to stand up next to him, you want to go a piece. I almost got beat up when I was in college. Jumbo Elliott.
Oh no.
And 2 other linemen. We were all coming back from a frat party, and they were hammered, right? And Jumbo says, hop on my back. I'll carry you to the dorm. I'm like, no, get on my back.
Whatever you need.
So I was like, remember when Jumanji? That's all the way down. And just like people driving by, and there's this black running back holding on to the back of a tackle who's probably 6'6", 340.
Did he feel like he was struggling, or did it feel like nothing? Wow.
No, not even a little bit, which was amazing in itself.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't even say hold on tight or nothing. He just walked like I was a purse.
Amazing. Anything else? Anything else in the mixed bag, Marcos?
Yes, this is a reporter attempting to set up Brandon Ingram and Zion following his controversial summer. I'm sure this is a question that the reporter was dying to ask, whether or not they'd be celebrating their victory.
You mentioned that you guys like to have fun. Have you thought at all about how you're going to celebrate if you're able to pull this off?
Man. Nah, we ain't thought about it, but I know it's gonna be a good time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh man,
plead the fifth on that one.
Sounds like if they win or lose, they're gonna have a good time in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Seems like they're gonna have a good time.
Now, you know what's amazing? This was amazing to me. How they talk about gambling in sports, but all the questions have been about gambling going to Vegas, right? Even like they ask Giannis, they ask everybody.
Oh, yeah.
What's your go-to game? You talking about these guys? Like, yeah, man, you're asking for it, right?
I mean, like, look, dude, it's I'm glad we're at this point where we're not blurring it as much.
The problem is that you can't. Here's the deal, and this is what these leagues need to understand, because at this point it's all about optics. About if a player bets on his own sport, it looks bad.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's think about this. They making way too much money. Can't nobody buy them. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's where the sport is. You can't be bought because you make way more money than anybody's willing to give you without it looking suspicious. You see? So, yeah.
We'll take a quick break here on the show. Get to some Cat Talk. Thriller for the Cats yesterday, who had the lead, coughed it up, came back, beat the Stars. We'll go over it coming on up. Back after this.
Previous. Tobin and Leroy. If I was ever in the same room as Myles Garrett, I'd put my arms up and say, "Uppies."
Spend your afternoon
back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Busy night last night in South Florida. Let's get energized here. Crack open a nice cold can of Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out when it's game time. Make Celsius a part of your play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of Florida Panthers.
Your Florida Panthers. Don't steal my thunder.
I'm sorry. I didn't know you looked busy there for a second.
No.
I just want to make sure.
I had to so you know how you have the pre-op?
Yep.
So I have the pre-op on December 15th at 8:20. One small problem. Fines graduates at 9.
Oh.
So I had to
move that. Right. Let's take a look back last night, or a listen back on last night's high scoring affair. The Cats, they take out the Dallas Stars yesterday, and they got a big game from newcomer Evan Rodriguez, who started the scoring off for the Panthers and put them up 1-0.
Brandon Montour dropped it off. It's taken by Reinhardt across Mikla. Long feed angle. The Panthers a shot right circle, and they score. It's Evan Rodriguez out of the right circle, top shelf, and the Panthers strike first. 1-0 with 15:21 to go here in the opening frame.
So the Stars would even things up. They'd make it 1-1, and then Sam Reinhart, who won't stop scoring goals, he got the Cats back the lead.
Panthers back into the offensive end. Rodriguez, Barkov, now Reinhart. Barkov back to Reinhart and finish up Barkov. And now it's picked up off the end boards, bounced to Reinhart, and he scores. Top shelf. Sam Reinhart gives the Panthers a 2-1 lead.
Panthers would extend that lead thanks to Carter Verhaeghe early on in the second period, and the scoring would be shut down for the rest of that frame. They'd come back out of the second intermission, and the Dallas Stars would get a couple of goals, even things up, and make it 3-3. And that was until Alexander Barkov, right after making things even, he said, no, Barkey wasn't having it. Sasha put it in the net.
Out to the right point, Ekblad looks across, Reinhardt a drive, and that one wide. Around it goes far side. Rodriguez crunched over there on the boards. A shot from the high slot from Reinhardt over the net. Side of the goal, tapped it, they scored. It's Barkov in close, and the Panthers get a 4-3 lead. The captain on the doorstep breaks the 3-3 tie.
8th goal of the season for Alexander Barkov, and Evan Rodriguez, who at this point had already had 3 points on the night. He decided, how about one more goal ski, another goal, make it a 4-point night.
Left side, Anton Lundell to the corner. It's Rodriguez around far side, pinching in from the line. Ekblad around Rodriguez out of the corner. Up top, it's Ekman Larson backing up. Off to the right point, long shot. They get it through Rodriguez in front. Rodriguez holds, fires, and he scores! Evan Rodriguez with the power play winding down. And the Panthers take a 5-3 lead.
That'd be all she wrote. They were able to hold them off for the last remaining parts of that period, Leroy. And the Panthers get themselves a win. They'll be back on the ice tomorrow hosting the Pittsburgh Penguins. But victorious yesterday, picking up 2 points. Here is Paul Maurice. Let us hear from the Panthers head coach after the game.
Because they've been doing the right things for a while. That was Evan Rodriguez's best performance. And we'll talk about the 4 points. I just liked all the other stuff that he did away from the pucks. He was physical. He was on pucks. He defended real hard. And
coaches always love the other stuff when there's like an amazing game. Like you can't just talk about the amazing.
A guy can score 50, but I was more impressed with his assist.
Liar!
Payoff. So those guys, we made a little switch in the matchup fairly early in the first period, and after that they were off to the races.
And how important was it to answer after it became 3-3?
Yeah. What's important is when you get up like a team as deep, they're built a lot like us. They're very deep, very veteran team. That we wanted to have a playoff mindset. So what we wanted to do tonight is when you can expect that the other team is going to have something go for them because they're a good team. So you're not dominating these teams. And when it does, that your game wouldn't change. So that event happened a couple of times because we were feeling good after the first goal and then they tied it, but I liked our game after that. A couple of strange ones there to tie it 3-3, but there really wasn't the sag or the panic on the bench or just go and play the next shift, and we scored fairly soon after that. And then we got a real strange one to make it 5-4, to make it tense. But I like that we handled, I don't know if it's adversity. It's a good team. You're not keeping them off the board most nights. and I liked the way the bench felt in the kind of momentum swings that we saw.
Like you said, there's no sag and no panic, and there didn't seem to be.
No, it was a good game. Like, I think you get grumpy, and the players do as well when you're not playing well. But when you play a team like Dallas, you're also not going to own the game, right? They're going to have shifts in your end, and you can't be losing your composure or try to change the game or break the game open. You just understand they're a good team. We're a good team. We're going to swing at each other here a little tonight.
But why is your club wired that way? Because tonight's not the first night where that's
No, you learn it. It's something that you learn, and I don't know that any team ever captures it or owns that idea. Like, you got to kind of invest in it all the time. You got to kind of live through it all the time. It's actually in some ways easier to do in these games because the other team is a good team, and they score. It's not the end of the world. Figured they might get one or two tonight, and they're thinking the same thing. It's when you're playing a team and you're all over them. And we've had that a little bit. And then boom, one's in the net. Our goaltending's been good. So being able to do it against the top 10 teams in the league, if they get their teeth in you a little bit, you're not going to own the entire game. I think back, do you look at that Carolina series where we were in it? There was a 10-minute block in each of the first 4 games, or certainly in the first 3 where they owned the game. And 2 of those was in the first 10 minutes. Again, they were all over us. And then one we had to come back that we were down 2-0 in Toronto. So I think we have a piece of it. I think we understand it.
Yeah. Paul Maurice. Get this Mike McDaniel on.
Hey, but I got to tell you, he ain't wrong.
Nah.
Because when they get in those pressure cookers, they don't panic. And I think they've been through it, with last year and, earlier this year. They've been through it so many times that when they get in that situation, they know that it's not gloom and doom.
Yeah. It's been impressive. They have good resolve. And, man, Reinhardt's just been amazing this year. And a great game from Evan Rodriguez with his 4 points last night. Other headlines, Miami Hurricanes, they win last night over Long Island University, 97-49. North Chad Omir, 17 points, 13 rebounds yesterday.
Long Island Sharks.
Long Island Sharks, dude.
Here in New York, right?
Been a tough go for them this year. They're 1-7, 0-6 on the road. Who did they beat? They beat something called, hold on. Loading. Texas. Oh, is this Texas?
Okay, who went to school?
Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
No, he went to Commerce.
He went to Commerce. I thought it was that too. I thought it was going to be Kid or Coho's school for a second. Miami Heat, they also win yesterday. Great performances by Caleb Martin and Duncan Robinson. Probably the highlight of the game, though, was although it was a classic Jaime Jaquez game, just having one of those periods where he just fills it up. He had a hammer dunk on Scotty Barnes. You got the call from Jax last night, Marcos, because
30 seconds.
Jaime Jaquez threw this puppy down on Scotty Barnes.
Business.
I was like, ooh.
Hey, did he do the thing? Did he do the thing?
No, he just keeps it moving. Jaime is not. He's an artsman. He's not a man who's gonna just bask in the highlights. He's just gonna sit there and just move on to the next play like a rookie will, who's just taking care of his business.
I got you.
But
dude, I thought he was poised for another 20-something point performance, getting a couple rebounds.
You gambled on him last night, didn't you?
Damn it, Jaime! Gonna get 1 rebound, dude. 1 rebound. Good game though. He really good.
Rome is right though. Not a show off. He's not a show off. He's not a look at me guy. It was really cool because obviously Scotty Barnes is that's not a small person that he's got to go get that dunk over. And, really, that doesn't really exist for the Toronto Raptors. They're all 6'9" with a wingspan all over the place. But Jaime came flying. You got the call from Jax now, Marcos?
Yes, I do indeed. This is how it sounded on the Heat Radio Network.
47 seconds to go. Jaquez climbing and cramming. Didn't mess around. Flying in. Off the left wing. He dove down and didn't hesitate.
Man. He didn't. It was something yesterday. But the stars of the game yesterday were Caleb Martin and Duncan Robinson. They were absolutely incredible. Duncan Robinson flirted with a triple-double.
Okay.
That's not flirting, dude.
He flirted with the triple-double, dude. I'm not backing off this. Just a little flirtation. You know, he just sent like a little. He put he liked the picture on IG. You know that triple-double, boop, like. Just so they know. Just so triple-double knows.
I think you said it
You're
best.
not even
He bought it a drink. He bought it a drink, maybe. At most, he bought it a drink.
We'll take a quick break, get back into the Miami Dolphins, who obviously had some big news today with Austin Jackson. They're getting ready for Monday Night Football. Take a quick break. Back after this.
Full vote.
There's 15 minutes of game day uncensored.
Let's go! Sponsored by South Florida Lexus Dealers. Experienced amazing.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Take you up until 2 here on the program. Miami Dolphins getting ready to take on the Tennessee Titans. Yesterday, Leroy.
Thursday is Wednesday.
Yes, Thursday is Wednesday. Exactly, dude.
It sucks because I don't want Friday practice on Saturday.
I understand. I understand. I don't understand. That's a fully football thing you would understand. Leroy.
Yes.
The first returns have come back on the NFL Pro Bowl voting, fan voting.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1 overall.
Tua.
Yeah. Tua Tagovailoa, the number 1 vote getter by over 15,000 votes over CJ Stroud, who is number 2. Tua, number 1 overall, top vote getter in the Pro Bowl. Tyreek Hill, by the way, is 4th.
There's no way you could hear Tua talk and understand how he was wronged early in his career and not be a fan, right?
Agreed.
I think people really and if you don't know anything about football and realize how elite he is at what he does, what kills me about all these people that talk about football, talking about is Tyreek and Waddle and Mostert and Achane, because it takes a different set of stones to throw the ball and anticipate a route in the middle of the field the way Tua does. Everybody can't do that. Most quarterbacks are terrified of that. He does it on a regular basis. Now, periodically, he does throw it into a crowd, but
listen, as I've said, and I've made the point this season, he's a cat burglar. Every once in a while, a cat burglar is going to trip the alarm when you try and fit in tight windows.
Wait, is he a cat burglar or is he in the catbird seat?
Both. No, the Dolphins are in the catbird seat, but Tua is a cat burglar.
Huh.
You understand, like he's not your run-of-the-mill thief, you know? Like, I don't know if you guys see this heist video where, like, these guys came in. I saw it on Only in Dade where, like, they just smashed open. They ran into a jewelry shop. They smashed open. They took all. That's not a cat burglar. All right? Nope. They are just thieves. They just tried to run in there. They ran in there. They ran amok. They took the goods, and they got out of there. Cat burglar sneaks in unnoticed, takes what it wants, sneaks out. No tripping of alarms, but it's going to happen every now and then because you don't know. Some people have really advanced security systems. That's what happens when you try and fit in tight windows, which is what Tua does.
Cat burglar.
Cat burglar, dude.
Can I just tell you? I've tried to make it work in my head. It's not working. It's not working.
According to the definition, a cat burglar is a thief who enters a building by climbing to an upper story. We know Tua likes to throw deep, you know? Tight windows. You trying to, like, calm yourself?
No.
Ease it?
No. You.
Who's bothering you
That's
again?
a stretch.
I always want to know this. Who is coming in there and bothering Marcos while he's doing the show?
This time is Steph the specialist.
Well, what did you do to ruin the show, Marcos? Why is he having to bother you?
No, it's just, those degenerates that I'm totally not jealous of are at the opening of the Hard Rock Sportsbook today.
I don't know. I don't know. Can we get anything? Because that used to be our thing. Hard Rock used to be our thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
We get nothing. Nothing.
So they're there with DJ Khaled today?
Yes, my uncle, DJ Khaled.
Nothing. Why don't we get Tobin? Why don't we get nothing?
I don't know, man.
We used to have Twin Peaks. We used to have Hard Rock. We went into Hard Rock for years.
I know.
Right now, we got
us.
No, we got a handful of hot steaming poop. Thanks.
No, I think what you mean is a masterpiece of dog bleep.
Yep, that's what they gave us.
We actually have it. If Will Hardy of the Utah Jazz could explain what we got.
That was an absolutely horrendous performance from start to finish. That was a masterpiece of dog shit.
Wow.
I really don't know how to describe that game.
They didn't be. He said, "Shh."
Just for real effect, just to know you knew what he said.
We know.
You know what he said. You know what he said there, dude. But yeah, man.
Masterpiece. So yeah, I know how he feels.
But anyway, shout out to Tua. He's leading the way in Pro Bowl voting.
Yeah, I would say here's the guys that are going to make the Pro Bowl. Tua.
Yep.
Tyreek. Javon Holland.
Yep.
Jalen Ramsey. And Christian Wilkins.
Oh, Jalen Ramsey's so good. They've been so good since he's come back.
And I would be shocked, believe it or not, if somebody on the offensive line didn't make it.
If it was, it would probably be Austin Jackson.
That's what I was thinking too. But yeah, so
Mostert does have 16. Mostert does have 16 touchdowns. I mean, Dave Salmick's good play.
That's true. Let me revise that.
They're gonna have a lot of.
I'll add Mostert.
I would say the team's gonna. I think they're gonna have a lot.
They have 7 Pro Bowlers.
Now, is this the Pro Bowl? Have they put it back after the Super Bowl? Are they still doing those goofy flag football? Like this isn't a real game.
It's not even called the Pro Bowl. It's called Pro Bowl games.
The Pro Bowl games, but is it before the Super? Because none of them are going to go because Super Bowl, busy.
Yeah, I remember we did it after the Super Bowl,
and
the guys that came from the Super Bowl never played, so we had to do double time. They just stood in uniform because we just played.
Wild, dude.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a quick break. Play a little Goosies. No Goosies. That's next. You just want me to go, J-Fig? Like, I don't even know if we're on the radio.
I don't even know, but go for it.
All right. Well, we'll just do. I don't know if we're on the radio. I won't curse. I mean, we're supposed to be Goosies, no Goosies, but Frog Boy decides he's just going to up and, get pulled into some other direction, which is fantastic. But, yeah, it's good to be back. We are here. We are supposed to get to Goosies, no Goosies here in just a minute. Miami Heat win last night. Where were you, dude? What the hell? What was going on here? Were you doing one of your Cafecito skits? Like, what was going on? What pulled you in another direction?
Is he hearing us?
I don't think he is. Are you trying to ignore me? Oh, the headphones. Oh, those are helpful. Where were you?
Time.
Where were you?
Where were you?
Oh, no, dude. Where were you? Where were you, dude?
Where were you, dude?
Where were you, dude?
I was waiting for you.
You were exposed. We all saw that you were late.
No.
The entire Twitch saw it. Where were you?
Oh, I got to answer a phone call now. I wish I could tell you.
You're not answering that call. You answer that call, you're fined.
Fair.
Dartboard.
So,
what do we got
Answer
for
that phone
Goosies,
call,
no
dartboard.
Goosies?
Starting off with the first thing. The Robinsons, dude.
Yes.
The Robinsons yesterday put on a performance. This is SPO on both Duncan and Orlando.
Yeah, with Duncan, it's not at all even a surprise anymore. But he's so skilled offensively, and he fits within a unit. He knows how to complement either unit. He also knows how to be a focal point of actions. He creates overreactions. He's got an incredible chemistry with JB. So much of that has been made about Bam and Duncan's chemistry and their collaboration, which is true for sure, but it's just as true with Jimmy. Duncan's become a very good screener. He has all the nuances of when to screen, when to hold it, when to slip, when to change the angle of the screen, when to get to space. All of those things, really help Jimmy get in the paint. But Jimmy also loves, finding him for threes or for that cut. That was a really important one, late in the fourth. And then Orlando, you just have to. He makes you absolutely respect his fortitude and his grit.
Ooh.
He is relentless with his work, with his approach, with his commitment to earn trust from everybody. And he does it with a competitive spirit. He gets better, each month. And you saw that tonight. He had a lot of big plays, the rebounding down the stretch, his defensive detail work was really good. He goes to school on everything. If he makes a mistake in any kind of game, he gets to work with the film with Malik, and then he wants to drill it 10,000 times, which is what we love. And then obviously he had, had some big baskets down the stretch as well.
You hear that, Nico? Where does Orlando go? School.
Poor
Babushka's back.
She made an appearance in our group chat the other day.
Yesterday?
In the group chat, dude.
Oh man. It gives me the Goosies though. Love it. Love a SPO breakdown on both Robinsons. What's not Goosies about that? Leroy?
I got the Goosies. Anytime you can tell me stories of guys on the come up that came from, G League or undrafted or anything like that, and they're able to work their way into a reoccurring role or a starter or into a big contract like Dunks, I'm always a big fan of that.
J-Fig?
I also have the Goosies. Yeah.
Goosies. Marcos, where were you? Where were you, dude? Say where you were right now.
I was taking a dump, dude. I was painting a Will Hardy masterpiece. Is that enough for you?
Wow.
Cleveland Clinic Registration Department giving.
Oh, Leroy can call the registration department just fine.
He's here though, but he's here. He's here. Once the play clock gets going, he's here. Even if he is running errands during the segment. Now, what's number 2, dude?
Number 2 on our list today of Goosies or no Goosies. It's gonna provide a little visual as well, if you can. Andre Iguodala explaining to Jason Tatum why they make him look so damn bad. This is the video.
Problem. But I learned this in Miami. They're so good at finding your weakness, right? And so I was going to bring this up, and it's flowing perfectly in terms of like they being your Detroit Pistons, the Miami Heat have. And it's like the Jordan rules is the Tatum rules. And I've seen it put together. And they will figure out what your weakness is. I mean, they'll say after you take 3 dribbles, right, we doing this. It's like that detail. Not like going left, not going right, but like after 3 dribbles, we're doing this. When it's this much time on a shot clock, this triggers. At the 15, this is the trigger. At 7 seconds, this is the trigger. I'm like, yo, this is it. I learned so much in that organization.
Wow. However,
I'm tough.
No Goosies.
Whoa.
No Goosies.
Keep your yap shut, Iguodala. Stop giving away the secrets to Tatum, dude.
Iguodala.
You're sitting there. You're like you're singing like a canary to Jason Tatum. Yeah, I did like that game of the Goosies, actually, how miserable Jason Tatum was listening to that, because Andre Iguodala was basically telling you, we have you figured out, dude. Sorry to tell you. Like, we know everything. We know every weakness. You're figured out.
But isn't that a game plan for everybody?
No, what he's telling you, Leroy. See, this is why I wonder sometimes. He's exactly telling you why it's not like everybody.
No.
Different detail.
You misunderstood what I'm saying. I'm not saying that that's the rules for everybody. I'm saying, but don't most teams go into a game with a star player and try to eliminate or take something away from them? They can't all do it. So kudos to the Heat for being detailed and being able to do it. That being said, they've slowed them down. They haven't really stopped them. So let's pipe down.
Dude, I'm telling you right now.
Stopped them.
Andre Iguodala, pipe down, dude.
Yeah.
Keep the secrets in-house.
I got no Goosies. That's just, I get it. But it's stupid.
Okay. Well, now you're starting to sway the other way. This is going away with your FSU take.
I'm not
it's not
swaying.
stupid. I mean, don't say it's
No.
stupid. I mean, it's heat culture. Don't say it's stupid.
No. Again, you're so ready to jump down my throat. You don't even know what the hell I'm talking about.
I do know what you're talking about.
What am I talking about?
You said it was stupid.
Yeah.
Because you said everybody has. You basically said everybody has game plans. Big deal.
Here's what I said. For him to say, "Oh, there's so much more detailed than everybody," yeah, they have game plans for everybody. So to make a big deal about what they do to him, that being said, he still averages like 30.
Not against the Heat, dude.
Really?
Not against the Heat, dude.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I am sure.
Go look it up.
You go look it up. Yeah, but you go look it up.
No. Because you want me to.
Okay, I'll look it up right now.
Okay, look. No, never mind. I'll look it up.
Jason Tatum, average against Miami, 17 points. Congratulations. You boxed yourself in.
No,
17.
No,
17 points.
It's not 17 points.
17
He's
points.
a liar. He's a liar.
Congratulations. You boxed yourself in.
The last time he played, he had
yourself
like
in.
36.
No. The last time he played, he was oh, my ankle. Oh, he chickened out of the game.
I'm just saying that, look, the Miami Heat do this for everybody.
22.5.
It's what their organization does, right? There are certain organizations that pay attention to these things a little bit more than others. So to say, "Ooh, this is what they do to you," I'm saying they do this every game. That's the greatness about that organization, is that they do that every game. You just point out one player.
Actually, I have the stats back. Jason Tatum averaged not enough against the Miami Heat. That's what he averaged, dude. Not enough, dude. Hit the bricks, Tatum. J-Fig, you got the Goosies?
I always have Heat culture, and something that gives me more goosies, and that is the look on Tatum's face.
He is an idiot.
Oh.
Look at
Miserable.
his stupid face.
It
He
made me
sits-
happy.
He's sitting there and he's just like, Andre Iguodala is just like schooling him on why the Miami Heat just kick his ass every year. He
Look
goes,
at That's goosies.
He has that same look.
I
all
hope
the
that
time, though, right?
I'm gonna go watch the rest of this interview on this podcast. I hope that Andre Iguodala brings up the block to him. He goes, "Yeah, I remember, Jason. I remember when we were on that series together, and Bam Adebayo blocked your stuff right there in the first game. Yeah, that was great. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
Goosies.
That was Goosies. Best block of all time. Marcos,
I love to hear the insights of Heat culture, but I agree with you. Stop snitching, Andre Iguodala.
a little too much of a loose goose floozy when it comes to this
He
Heat.
only had a cup of coffee.
But he talks about it a lot.
I mean, it's enough to snitch. Sick of this guy.
Gaft says, Tobin, I checked. His average was aight. He averaged aight.
What was it?
That's it. That's what his average was. It was okay.
She said okay.
Those are the stats. But the stats came back.
Yeah.
It was actually came back as a shrug emoji.
Yeah. Saw that too. I saw that too. Ready for number 3?
Yeah.
Jaime Jaquez Jr.
Goosies.
Scoring.
That's just goosies.
That is honestly
Goosies. Friend of the show.
But his passing leading his draft class right now in this stat is by the Hoops Hype Global Rating Ranking.
I saw this. He passed Wemby.
Look at that.
I mean, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty Goosies, dude. Like the Miami Heat have this pick from Jaime Jaquez Jr. and everybody couldn't shut up about Wembanyama all summer. Wembanyama, they lost 15 in a row. Yeah, Greg Popovich stealing the microphone like a kook during the game, telling people not to boo.
Can't do that.
Does you think he's saying that about it's like when does that start to their players? 15 losses
We
in a row.
weren't booing at him. We were booing at you.
Hey, Bob, when are we gonna win a game, dude? You're lucky you're not the Pistons, but you're not that far off. This is a masterpiece of dog bleep. Wembanyama pulls up for 3. Brick. Anyway, that's Goosies for Jaime. I don't know what that ranking means, but that's Goosies. He's at the top.
He's at the top.
Yep, I got goosies.
Nice.
Goosies. J-Fig?
That's goosies, man.
Goosies.
He's an artsman.
Art Basel.
Clean sweep.
Goosey. What's number 4, Marcos?
We got some more drama in the world of Leroy, aka golf. I thought these guys kissed and made up. I thought there was something going on here, but apparently not, as John Rahm is leaving PGA for Live. You want to know for how much?
Yeah, I do.
$600 million.
He's really leaving?
Wow.
Come on, dude. He's out of here.
It's been trending all day. I'm confused by this too. This is why I don't have the Goosies, because I'm confused. I thought that they merged. What's the deal?
No, they didn't merge. They're working on it. They're just not suing each other while they work on stuff. But that don't mean that, dude, look. And I tell people this. It is your profession. When you're in your profession, you want to make as much as you possibly can from your skill set, right? The problem with golf is this. If you don't make the cut, you don't get a check. So, and if you don't get enough checks, then you lose your card. So why not take the guaranteed money? He's not even 30 yet. Who cares? Go get as much money. It's your profession.
He also won the Masters, so he gets an exemption.
Yeah, he gets to go whenever he wants.
There's literally
I think he won the
punishment
US
for this.
Open. He gets to play in all the majors.
Is he like, was he holding strong? Like, was he like Rory?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
is
he was talking big trash.
Oh man.
When's
Rory's the last? So is Rory the last lion? Like, is he the last guy standing?
There's a couple of guys, that are really good that haven't. But I tell you what, if you get a couple more guys leaving, then the PGA puts pressure on the PGA to work this merger out.
I got the Goosies.
Wait, did you just switch?
Yeah, I just switched.
Yeah, what?
He explained it to me. I didn't understand it.
All right.
I definitely have the Goosies because, like, I don't. First of all, I want to say, all you people out there, keep your hands out of other people's pockets. If that man want to go get $600 million to swing a steel stick at a ball, right? Guaranteed, then so be it. That money ain't guaranteed on PGA Tour. So go ahead, get your money, because guess what? That might be like a 7 or 8 year deal. He's only going to be like 35, and that's considered golf prime. So go ahead and do you. I ain't mad at him. You know what? Nobody said that when all them players, Jim Kelly, Herschel Walker, when all them guys went to USFL and got that big check.
Marcos? Goosies?
Sixer? J-Fig?
No
J-Fig?
Goosies. No
Goosies?
Goosies.
I could already tell J-Fig didn't have the Goosies.
Yeah, I feel that.
No
John
Goosey.
Rahm is a portly fella. He is.
For that reason, I have the Goosies.
Goosies.
Love when the Portleys win. No,
Stop, please.
I just like that he's getting that bag.
That look, you know how long it would take him to get $600 million on the PGA Tour?
Woof.
Right, exactly. Plus, wait, that's the guaranteed money. That ain't counting the money he playing for every week.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, you can't say no to that.
All right, we'll take a quick break. Get you caught up with your headlines. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you up until 2 o'clock here. Miami Heat winners last night. Panthers winner last night. Let us get to our headlines. Brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy a truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
I did the research for you, Leroy. I actually have this for you here. After looking it up on StatMuse, I have Jason Tatum's career numbers against the Heat, and there you go.
Point for Tobin!
Now, please tell the radio audience, what does that say?
Jason Tatum has not enough points per game versus the Heat in his career.
He really did look miserable though with Andre Iguodala.
I mean, there's nothing. Wait, think about this. You're a max player for one of the premier organizations in your league, right? And this guy is telling stories of how somebody shut you down.
Shut
I'm
you
don't
down
want to hear that.
strategically. Let me tell you about it, dude.
So you're so all we got to do to beat you is strategize. Come on.
Tonight or this afternoon, actually, I was a little surprised by this. In-season tournament, 5 o'clock Eastern is the first game between the Pacers and Bucks. So,
well, because you got to do it that way, because otherwise the other game will start at midnight.
I guess you're right, but I figure West Coast, like they can't do a little. I don't know.
No. You want the game. You want prime time is 8 o'clock.
Do they? Excuse my ignorance on this. Is this at the T-Mobile? Like, is it the same as? And do you get both games?
Isn't it at the Globe? The
Sphere?
I know that's where they did the camp, right?
I would have figured it was at T-Mobile.
Could be at T-Mobile.
That's what I would have thought, but you might be right. I would just I wonder if you get a twofer on the games, like if you get a ticket to one.
Well, here's what they do for
it is at T-Mobile.
For the NCAA tournament.
Mm-hmm.
You have to buy all of the tickets. So if your team goes to the Final Four, you got to buy the tickets for two games. But then you can easily get rid of the other ones with the other team. They just kind of, So I don't know how it works here. Do you get? They get people the hell out of there.
Pacers and Bucks is at 5 o'clock. Milwaukee's a 5.5 point favorite tonight.
I got to tell you, I'm feeling the Indiana vibe.
You like all the scoring they do?
Halliburton is unbelievable.
He has been. He has been really, really good this year. And then you have Lakers Pelicans tonight. That's a fun matchup too.
Yep, being that it's all old Lakers.
I forgot about that. Yeah, you got the Anthony Davis and Brandon Ingram traded for each other. I think Ingram's the only one left though. I don't think they have anybody else.
Yeah, CJ McCollum is just in like nowhere land, right? We don't even hear from him hardly.
He's back. He's back. He had the collapsed lung.
Ooh.
Which he's had multiple times, but he's back now.
What is he doing? Collapse.
I don't know, dude. I don't
Deep
know.
Breaths, dude.
I don't know how that works. I don't know.
Me either.
It's a little harder than that, Leroy. I'm going to tell you. My brother had that.
Really?
He had a collapsed lung?
My brother had that. Yeah, he was pretty young too when he got it.
You can't
and then
breathe.
no one knew what to do with him.
You're only getting half of the oxygen. Don't they have to put the bag in and blow air into the?
Yeah, but no one knew how to like. It was ridiculous. He was in the hospital for about a month, and then at the end is when they realized that he just had to go into a specific floor because that's where they specialized on it.
Damn, that's nutty. Crazy. Mike McDaniel.
That's why it's called practicing medicine.
I'll show you practicing medicine.
That's what the doctors say. Like they ain't got I got my own problems.
Mike McDaniel is speaking to the media right now.
We got time then. We got time. Hopefully it'll be done before the show. We can play some clips.
Javon Holland from Daniel Efusi of the Miami Herald. He says on Javon Holland, quote, "We'll do right by him. Won't mortgage the rest of the season by rushing him back."
Oh, I thought they were talking about contract.
I would have thought they would have talked about contract too, but they like to get those injury
I
questions.
will say this. Is something to be said about a coach who genuinely cares, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because under no circumstance has he ever been forced to rush somebody back in the play. He hasn't done it, right? With anybody. So as a player, you appreciate that, even though there's going to come a time where he's going to have to come to you and say, whatever you got. That's just the nature of it.
All hands on deck.
Yeah, all hands on deck with whatever you got. We need, if you can give me 10 plays, I need 10.
If you guys want to torture yourselves tonight, Thursday Night Football, we're going to get to our picks coming up next segment. Thursday Night Football tonight.
Can we bet the under?
Sure can.
The under is 29.5.
It has gone up a little bit to 30.5.
Yeah, 30.5.
Woof.
Still under.
Crazy.
I give you 25.
Patriots at Steelers
I
tonight.
give you 25. 25.
Are they going? I haven't even paid attention to these losers. Are they starting McCorkle today? Who are they going with? Are they going back to Bailey Zappi?
I think Bill Belichick is actually starting himself at quarterback.
I'm surprised not making ass shit get out there and go get some snaps.
Hot rod. Blue
Yeah,
80.
Bailey Zappi reveals.
Blue 80.
What did he say? What did he say?
Blue 80. Fellas, you know what the checks are.
I think it is.
You know what's amazing?
Is anybody
they say quarterbacks or whatever, but has Bill ever considered maybe it's the coach? Not him, but the offensive coordinator who he says is going to be a game changer.
I mean, like he's already had 2 of them, right? Like ever since they lost, I'm sure Pinocchio will be back next year. Old McDaniels.
No chance.
Really? You don't think? Oh, come on, Dad.
Here's why. You ready? Let me tell you why. They fired him so quick. He got like what, $40 million left? But here's how it works. If you go work somewhere else, that comes off the $40 million. You see what I mean? So if you go get another job, whatever you make comes off of that $40 million. So if you really want to be,
couldn't you hire him on the Chiefskis then? They could. I mean, I don't know.
Could he go to coaching rehab?
Well, here's the thing. They're going to, I imagine whatever they're going to do, if Bill Belichick doesn't jump ship for another team, they're going to have a crack at probably one of the top 2 guys, either Williams or Drake May. I mean, supposedly is a good quarterback draft if they want to go that direction. I don't know if he does.
Go that direction.
I mean, obviously you have to go in a different direction. I didn't know, like
if they have a top 5 pick, which they're working on it real nice, and they don't take a quarterback after your last first round choice was McCorkle.
Oof.
Like,
oof.
People,
it's amazing. It's amazing to me how stuff gets out there about players, and everybody just bites instead of doing their own due diligence. For example, remember all the nonsense that was said about CJ Stroud?
Yes.
Right. And so they took Bryce Young, and now look at CJ Stroud. Right. He seems to be whatever you said. It seems to not be true. You could have found out yourself, had a conversation with the young man, and came to that conclusion yourself instead of listening. Well, the same thing goes for other guys that have been drafted. For example, Lamar Jackson. Right? Remember that conversation?
Sure do.
He should play wide receiver. He's an athlete. He's not a quarterback. Right? Throws the ball better than Josh Allen.
I agree.
And so, like, yeah, we need to stop this. We need to stop this nonsense about drafting this and draft. Because remember, wait, wasn't at one point San Francisco was gonna draft Mac Jones? Remember that's the thought? Hey, fidgeter.
Wow, I just thought he was really contemplating.
That was the plan, that they were trying to draft Mac Jones.
And so, like, and guess what? They would have been over because either one they drafted would have been a failure.
Huh.
So, like, yeah.
If you guys want some reading for the toilet later, maybe you, Marcos.
Frogs don't sit on toilets.
Cover of ESPN.com today.
Position.
Cover of ESPN.com today. From dynasty to disaster, chronicling the fall of the Patriots empire.
Oh, that's good.
Really?
That's good.
No.
Wait,
that's bedtime reading.
Can I ask the ingrates? The ingrates in New England.
I like that.
The ingrates in New England who are ready to they're rats off a ship on Bill Belichick.
Oh yeah,
rats off a ship. 6 Super Bowls not enough.
What have you done for me lately?
No, but I'm just saying. 6 Super
Damage
Bowls
is
not
done.
enough?
All right, but it has been. But how long is it? Was it 4 years now? You know.
It's done, dude.
It's tough. It is tough, dude.
Can I just tell you, if you were, and I mean this with everything that I am, if you were a radio host in Cleveland when I was playing football,
me?
Holy smokes. I wouldn't have had a chance.
That's not true.
What?
Although I would have said that he needs to be more mature for getting thrown in jail for sass.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
For sass.
I got locked up, and old Barney Fife got to go home and only go to jail on the weekends for his 17th DUI.
Well, we got to get to our picks. That's coming on up. Pick draft. Leroy, 1 and 2. J-Fig, 1 and 2. Frog Boy, Tobes, 2 and 1.
Don't get used to it.
Yeah, don't get used to it.
Please.
Take a break. Back after this.
WQAM.
Welcome back, everybody.
Ah.
We will give away those Nutcracker tickets after the pick draft. So for all you Sugar Plum Rat Kings out there, stay tuned. But first, it's time for the pick draft. You and J Fig are 1 and 2. I mean, amongst you, I don't know who you want to go in. Who wants to get first pick?
You can go first.
All right. Very
Very
gentlemanly
sweet.
of you, Leroy.
Yes.
J Fig,
It's very
what
sweet of
is
him.
your first pick in the pick draft? As
You
you
know
have to
what?
claw your way out of this hole.
Okay, you need to stop being so dramatic, okay?
Claw your way.
Last I checked, you need to go ahead and claw yourself close to a dartboard.
Oh,
I mean, we're putting eating iguana on there.
Yeah, for
gross,
you.
dude. Gross.
All right, I am going first with the Dolphins.
Wow. Miami
wow,
Dolphins.
dude.
All right, now mind you, she's taking this line right now. It's currently set at Miami -13. That is what J-Fig gets it at, -13.
Yep.
So a bold pick. That is a bold pick.
I'm
A
a very
lot of
bold
points,
person.
but I think that she is I think she's gonna be safe. I think that's not that I'm not worried about that. Leroy, what do you got, man?
I am going to take. You know what? What the hell?
Uh-oh. Hey, you better not.
I'll take the Patriots.
Oh God.
Oh, okay.
God. The Patriots plus 5.5 tonight.
Yes. Whew. I think the final score is going to be 12-10.
Oh my God. All right. Marcos, what do you got, buddy?
I can't believe you picked the Patriots. Wow. I am going to go. Can you reveal the odds for me? I always have a problem finding these, but I'm going to pick the Houston Texans.
Houston Texans are currently 3.5-point road favorites against the Jets.
Yeah, I'll take
Zach
that.
Wilson's return.
Yes,
All right.
so that's -3. That would be Houston -3.5, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
We go.
All right. I am going to go with the Baltimore Ravens, who are 7.5-point favorites at home. I think the Ravens can handle that with the Rams coming into town, 1 o'clock east to west to east. Should be an easy one for them. I like Baltimore. J Fig, your second pick.
Right. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I am going with the Falcons.
The Falcons. Okay.
Yeah.
The Atlanta Falcons, 2.5-point favorites at home. Hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in just a truly awful division. Someone's got to win it. You know, there's always
Side note, truly awful.
Just an
Masterpiece of
Yep.
dog shit.
awful. J-Fig. Wow. -1 dumb. Jesus. Wow.
I'm sorry.
In the words of Schmeeth and Schmolnick, there are kids watching, Jennifer. Kids.
Talking about dogs.
If you don't know what J-Fig is referring to, Will Hardy of the Utah Jazz described his team's 50-point loss last night. If you could have the sound for us here, Marcos, here was Will Hardy.
That was an absolutely horrendous performance from start to finish. That was a masterpiece of dog shit. I really don't know how to describe that game.
Whoa! Let's just ask
Dog
J-Fig.
poop. Sorry.
Wow.
I'm apologizing to the children.
Anyway, Falcons -2.5. J-Fig's got the Dirty Birds and Dirty Words.
I am going to ride this train. I'm going to take the Cincinnati Bengals.
Wow. All right.
Over the Indianapolis Colts.
I don't mind that. You know, they're riding high off of a primetime win.
They're at home.
Yeah, I don't think that's too bad. Marcos, what do you got? Cincinnati 1-point favorite over the Colts. Marcos?
1 point. That's a good pick. I am going to go someone I'm not necessarily confident with. Oh, this is a big line. I'm not going to lie to you. Let's take a risk, shall we? Green Bay Packers.
Whoa.
This is gross. But I get a feeling that they're figuring things out there. Jordan Love is coming around, and Danny DeVito's still quarterback in the Giants. So, I'll take the Packers.
Jeez. All right. Dade South. We know J-Fig won't use Dove to wash out her mouth. Oh man. Okay. I want to take one of the feature games.
Wait, how much did you have the Packers for? Because I see it here as -7, but I don't know.
I have -6.5. 6.5.
All
right. Bills Chiefs. I know we had this talk earlier, and I know it's probably better for the Bills to win, but you're giving me Kansas City at home, only -1.5. Like, sorry, dude. I'm taking the Chiefs. I'll lay the 1.5 because let's be real, it probably will come down. Josh Allen will have some mistake at the end, and Kansas City's just got to get a field goal through. Yeah, I'm with that all day. I think Kansas City. I'll take that. Take the Chiefs -1.5.
Solid. Good
Last pick, J-Fig.
Keep it clean this time.
Yeah, calm down.
At all possible.
You guys have done much worse than I have.
Not sure.
History of football.
Hey, don't look at me.
Okay.
Tobin made me.
Hardy made me. Okay, fine. I will just go ahead and pick the Eagles against the Cowboys.
All right, the Eagles are getting 3.5 on the road Sunday Night Football. Eagles +3.5. Leroy, your final pick.
I am gonna take. I'm torn between 49ers and Browns.
We know you want to take the Browns, dude.
That's a big spread.
Let's do it already.
take
Isn't
the
it 3?
No, I'm talking about the 49ers 10.
49ers.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
Although did they just smoke the Seahawks pretty recently?
Oh yeah.
They beat them 31-13 2 weeks ago.
Take the
and that was on the road, I think.
I will take the Browns.
All right.
-3. That's a safer
-3.
bet. Safer bet.
All right. Frog Boy, what do you got?
I am going to take the Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions.
Who's really good on the road, by the way. Can't explain it.
They're 5-1 away from Detroit. They have the Chicago Bears this week, and they are 3.5-point road favorites.
The hook. I hate the hook.
Well, it is more decisive for all of us. Like, we don't get to have any pushes. I do like that.
Well, the cool thing is that 5.5 is no big deal, right? Because touchdown is touchdown. 7.5 is a big deal.
Yep.
All right,
last
Go ahead and take the risk. Take the risk.
Yeah, you got some real tough picks so far. The Ravens and the Chiefs, Tobin. Real.
I mean, the Chiefs are only 1.5-point favorites. I mean, it's not a shoo-in. I mean, it is Josh Allen. I'm not gonna. I mean, what are you trying to bully me? You didn't take any dogs this week, dude. You took 3 favorites.
Yeah, it's like psychology.
Just go ahead and look at the Seahawks versus the 49ers.
If you want to make the rules to take 1 dog a week, we can make that the rules, but not today. No bylaw changes in the midst of the game.
Come on.
Man. All right. Nothing too sexy out there, though.
What about that Vikings, huh?
Yeah, it's a terrible game. I don't want to have any investment into Panthers Saints.
What's the other game going on Monday? I forgot.
You have that. It's Packers.
You picked it.
Oh,
you picked that. Broncos and Chargers.
I know what you're going for.
You rooting against the Chargers so their coach could get fired?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Broncos. Give me the Broncos on the road. Broncos +3 against the LA Chargers and that bum Justin Herbert. That's what I got.
You did it again.
What?
Twice.
What?
Petty pick.
I can't help myself. I am's what I am's.
You be like petty picking. Yeah.
I took a dog. All right. Only one of us took all favorites there, you coward frog.
I tricked you at the end, dude.
Oh, we gonna know my fate pretty early.
Oh yeah.
Your fate.
Wow. Leroy, you shocked me with the Patriots pick. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Dude, you're getting almost a touchdown.
Yeah.
And the over under is 30.
Jesus.
You understand if they score a touchdown, it's very unlikely they're gonna lose.
Woo! This is I just couldn't imagine to sit down and watch this game today. Jesus. So many other things. I mean, you're better off watching a Hard Knocks marathon than this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch Hard Knocks tomorrow.
You gonna binge? Going to binge it?
Yep.
Oh, dude, guess what I watched yesterday?
What?
Blue Beetle.
Oh, was it good?
You know,
Isn't that like Marvel? Is that Marvel?
So wait, isn't that on Max?
Yeah.
I believe so.
So
yeah.
wait, you have Max and you won't watch Hard Knocks?
Okay.
Come on.
Come on, dude.
You're out here trying to
So,
watch a movie about a blue beetle?
Basically, it's Mexican superhero.
Yeah, I heard that.
The family's Mexican with George Lopez,
Becky G.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
Is she blood
Melissa?
feuding with Kettle G?
No.
No, they're actually friends.
Are
They're
they
the
friends?
Yeah.
Are they from the
Is
same
Becky
family?
G? Becky G is the she's not his sister. She's the other one.
No clue. But I'm gonna start going by Marco G. What do you think?
No.
Heard.
The G stands for Grivet.
Oh, okay.
You already have that, dude. You're FROG.
Oh,
Point for Tobin!
Funny because he can't spell worth a damn, but for a jokey
Why
joke,
he
gets
spelled
it
that?
perfectly. Yeah.
Oh, we'll take a quick break, wrap things up on the other side. Back up to this. Oh.
Yes.
Marcos. Frog boy. Where's he going? Hey, Marcos.
Have missed.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin here with you. I want to let you know I'm an artsman, okay? And I love to spread the arts. So, for all my theater fans out there and you love the dance, right now, caller number 7 to 305-567-0560. Caller 7 to 305-567-0560. You will get a pair of tickets to go see the Miami City Ballet's production of a holiday classic, The Nutcracker. Right now, caller 7 to 305-567-0560 will win a pair of tickets to go see Miami City Ballet's production of The Nutcracker. If you can't wait to win, purchase your tickets at miamicityballet.org. But right now, caller 7 to 305-567-0560 wins a pair of tickets to The Nutcracker.
Here's Kenny Sager from Austin Burke.
So let me tell you the story of Austin Burke. Austin
Regulators. We regulate any stealing of his property. We're damn good, too. But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Taking you up until
boy and potty mouth.
I know, man. What's wrong with you, Jennifer? I've never been so taken aback by such crass language.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
You know?
It was a lot.
know
I've had a long week.
We play loose with the rules here on the show, but I mean, you know, you gotta take it
You
easy.
cannot talk about me.
I don't know what you're saying. Just like
You cursed twice in less than 2 seconds.
we don't want this going above PG-13. You know,
you're frying her
You know
up.
what I need? Do you know what I need right now?
What do you need?
Some old smoking.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, J Fig, you'll have a time. Plus, I like listening to those bluegrass folk out there.
Are you leaving tonight, J Fig?
I don't want to disclose that kind of information.
Road trip?
Okay.
Are you road tripping or are you flying? Can you say that?
I'm flying
Oh, all right. That's
on a
nice.
lily pad.
Man, those don't fly. Do they fly? Do they fly?
I did
I'm
that drive.
asking you.
I did that driving today. I did that
drove,
driving.
guess where I used to drive from here to Minnesota.
How far is? I think it's. I
Look,
mean, like
I've driven
between
to Texas and Mexico. I'm okay.
I think, Marcos, I think it's like 12 hours. I think is like the drive to Tennessee.
I've done North Carolina. It's like 12 hours. That's my
Seems
limit.
like it's longer than that. Takes you 8 hours to get out of Florida.
That's the
No,
problem.
it doesn't take you 8 hours.
That's the problem.
Yes, it does.
No,
Not in Florida. It's the problem.
Not where you live.
Gatlinburg is 11 and a half hours away.
Gatlinburg.
From you. Not from down here.
Dude, you're an extra. It's an extra half hour on the highway.
No, it's not.
Oh, you're nuts.
Dude, from Jennifer's house to your house, it's probably an hour. And
Oh, from Kendall. I'm talking about from your house.
No, I'm not driving.
From my it says getting to Jacksonville is 4 hours from my house.
No way.
Dude, what?
What'd you say? Oh, Jacksonville. 4 hours from your house?
Yeah.
Yeah, from
let's
right
see
here.
how far it is from me.
Gatlinburg's looking like
Gatlinburg.
15 hours from here.
Well, you got that Miami traffic right now. It's bogging me down.
You want to know how far it is from me?
Oh, she's upset.
7 hours and 34 minutes.
To get to Jacksonville?
Tell me something.
Get out of here.
I don't know what the hell.
There's no way there's a 3 hour difference. I live an hour
I
away
live
from Miami.
in the Everglades, okay?
Do you realize how far north you live?
Not that far north.
Yes, you do.
Dude, a 3.5 hour difference?
Dude, I had to refurbish my sun pass to come anywhere near you.
Oh, man. Did you guys see it last night? Do you know, Leroy? I'm not gonna make fun if you don't. Do you know who the Toronto Raptors head coach is? It's not Nick Nurse anymore. He's in Philly.
Is it the Serbian guy?
Yeah, I had no idea who that guy was. I didn't know that.
I know they were saying that he has an interesting deal. If they win 3 in a row, he'll take them all to dinner.
Yeah, I didn't realize that he is Serbian.
He was in somebody's organization for like 7 years, so he's known.
But so I was like, oh, I saw last night Spo was getting asked about Jovic. I was like, he did? Like, why? Because Jovic only played like, what did he play? 3 minutes last night. But Serbian coach, Serbian media. Now we know the last time the Serbian media was snooping around Jovic, trouble.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. So here is a little bit of what they were asking Spo yesterday, and what improvement has he seen from Jovic, the silver medalist for Serbia?
Coach, following the question with Nico, what kind of what are the biggest improvements that have you noticed in him, especially coming from the World Cup?
Yeah, I've mentioned it. It's not just the World Cup. All of this matters. It's the physical development, adding 20 pounds, is the mental and emotional development of competing at this level and learning how to handle adversity. It's finding playing time in Sioux Falls. It's all the workouts and improving with his player development, learning our system, learning how to be reliable on both ends of the court. And then we have to all fight against the microwave society. Everybody wants it to happen right now. I'm seeing progress, and everybody's trajectory is different, and that's okay. But he's making progress. We just want to get to work with him. He still is 20 years old, but you see the potential and the upside. And in the meantime, he's becoming more reliable when called upon, if needed now.
You ain't got to lie, Spo.
Wow.
Come on. Did you believe that?
Well, we got
on like Mike McDaniel on that answer.
we gotta fight against a microwave society.
Meanwhile, a guy misses a shot and you sit him next to UD.
He yesterday got 3 minutes. He had 2 fouls in 3 minutes, had to travel, and 1 shot, 0 for 1.
Hey,
yank.
He's doing the Duncan Robinson.
He was yanked.
He just said, hey, Duncan Robinson ordering breakfast, a two for two, right?
Spo then was
2 pancakes, 2 eggs, and 2 slices of bacon. He get 2 fouls, 2 points, and 2 turnovers.
And I don't know if this is the same reporter that talked to Nico. I'm not sure but this guy had another question for Spo, which I think kind of annoyed him. And then he was asking him, where do you think he should play? Should he be a center? Should he be a forward? Here's Serbian media and Spo. Spo says he has to be good where he's not good.
Yeah, just following the question, the last one. I guess that you still have to figure it out. But would you like to use him more as a 4, as a 5? I don't know if.
You asking me or you asking him? I want him to learn how to do both. You become a basketball player. You're a front court player. It's part of the development. I know where he can feel more comfortable now. I understand that, and we're developing that. But I also want him to develop where he's not as comfortable. That's important as well, and that's where we have to guard against all the noise and the narratives outside. It's all part of a plan. He's on board with the plan. The plan will not just be linear all the way through. There's going to be ups and downs, because he's young. But I feel very
never know what the hell you say.
The progress that he's making.
You think Spo's using verbal jujitsu?
Linear.
It's not going to be linear,
And the server's like, what does he mean, this linear?
What does he mean by that? Oh, don't worry. I'm on. Excuse me, Nico. Oh, not you again. Are you on board with this plan that Spo has for you? I can't talk to you again, buddy. Last time, got me in trouble. This is supposed to be off record. That's right. Get out of my son's ear. Stop talking to him.
Why is Babushka always there?
She gets him in trouble. Stop talking to him, okay? You're going to mess with his culture, and all of a sudden, Iguodala is going to get him yelled at.
I just picture him eating that Prime 112, and
she cuts his meat.
Come in and say, "Eat the chicken. Leave that red meat alone."
Nico, do you want me to cut up hot dog and put it in spaghetti?
Don't forget.
Very supportive, but very critical.
You know when vegetables end? Vegetables end when you go to a fancy steakhouse and they do a la carte.
When we have.
Because that means they don't automatically come with your food. You got to buy them. I'm like, anybody eating vegetables? Like, okay. No, we don't want that.
Mama, please, you're embarrassing me. I'm eating, tuna acai out here at Prime 112. You know you don't like that. You're just trying to impress Yimi.
She said you're not like that.
You don't
like that.
Oh,
Spo said microwave society, like I microwave your TV dinners back in there.
Jesus.
I mean, can I just say, he don't look like he grew up rough, right? Because I mean, we walking with his mom. She was well dressed too.
Well, listen, even the first round pick still getting some. It ain't nothing.
Yeah, but he been a pro long before he was a first round pick in the NBA.
I don't know what they're paying in Serbia, dude.
More than they paying in high school.
Definitely.
Yes, but who's on bench and who's playing? Jaime. Jaime's getting PT, and all my Nico sitting in is on his tushy. Two cheeks. Getting
Why?
down.
Can I ask you a question? Why did she mysteriously show up like Lee
know.
Trevino, like Lee Trevino and Happy Gilmore?
Mama, you have
Right?
me.
Like this.
I'm playing in my head right now. I can't focus because you're always
So now he's
critiquing me.
seeing imaginary babushka. So like,
Can you interview her one day? I just
Oh, there's no way I could do that.
why? In that accent.
Why do you guys always want to put me in positions to where I'm going to get arrested?
Wait, can we put that on the dartboard and dress as babushka for a day?
Do the whole show like babushka.
Just old scarf on head.
Yeah, exactly. I want the whole get up, scarf on her head.
She's wearing a dress somehow.
Yeah,
You need to learn both positions, Nico. Can't just say, "Oh, I want to be power forward."
you know what's funny? Can I just say what's funny about that? Let me tell you.
Ballet slippers too.
Let me tell you. Hold on. This is what drives me crazy about what Spo said. Because he's the guy of positionless basketball.
That's right.
But now he's not.
Well, he is because he's saying he needs to play wherever. He can't be positionless if I always have to play a center with him.
He said both.
He needs to learn both. Well, he's not gonna be a point guard.
He could be a facilitator.
No, yeah, but like he's not gonna be out there with they're not gonna do a lineup with him in the back court. You know, he'll get the ball, run fast.
All right. I got you. I'm just saying. I like, and I don't know. I guess I don't know enough about basketball because I sure as hell been thinking for the last couple of years that this dude could help in some kind of way. He probably don't play a lick of defense though.
Oh, he just looks lost out there. Like he's not even in the position to play defense now. It's like he's like, you know,
he want to spot up on the defensive end of the floor too.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, man. But anyway, Heat win. Dolphins get
Y'all
ready.
can use Marcos's code.
Marcos. Oh, my son was so happy.
Oh, welcome.
Dude,
I know he's in on it now.
He was like, wait, whoa. We were watching the game last night. We got back from jiu-jitsu, and he goes, what do you mean 50% off? Kid loves a good sale.
Oh, he loves
it.
it.
I'm like, yeah, if the Heat win, 50% off Papa John's. He goes, excuse me? Like, he was so thrilled. So we were
I guess you're having pizza later.
We might be. That's a show for today, everybody. Talk to you guys tomorrow.
That was an absolutely horrendous performance from start to finish. That was a masterpiece of dog shit.
Birdman got all kind of crazy painted on his body.
5 minutes until you're a champion. And it was like some UFC Rocky. Oh, bleep. Oh, sorry.
This Rays guy looks like he eats lunch alone.
Where are you coming back from, Max? Coming off the old John.
Say, don't nobody go in there for 25 to 30 minutes.
It's Channing Crowder.